don't even fuck with us like that, man. I thought we was better than that.
Nah, we just gonna struggle stream today.
Oh,
man.
you thought we was?
Fuck it. We struggle streaming. We struggle streaming today. Fuck it. Pour something up, fellas.
Oh,
He needs some milk.
Damn, that's loud.
hey, that's another thing I meant to tell you.
That was loud as hell.
That applause be loud as shit.
Nah, I definitely do. Lower.
It be loud as fuck.
Lower. There you go. That's nice.
Oh shit, let me put my phone on silent and shit. So y'all be hearing metal.
Yeah. We here, y'all.
Yo, what's good?
We here. It's another day.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
And 3 of us is in person.
Man, yeah, we definitely in person.
Yeah, we in person.
I don't know if
back in the basement.
I can't get to.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go do it now. Do it.
I can't get to.
There we go. There we
go.
go.
Bobby's. What's up?
There we go.
Everett over there in the corner acting like he don't know nobody.
Right.
Do you guys normally not be together in one room?
Huh?
Do you guys normally not shoot in one place?
Not often.
Not anymore.
Once we moved over to StreamYard, we stopped going in person.
Okay.
Yeah, we been doing remote shit.
We started doing remote because Bobby was no, that's not even why we started remote.
It just got too cold.
Yeah, that ain't even why we started remote.
It just got too cold. Niggas got real sedity and was like, ooh, let's just use StreamYard.
Who is niggas? I feel like y'all talking about.
The reason we started using
I feel like you're talking about y'all too.
The reason we started using StreamYard is because CL put us onto it.
Nah, for yeah.
See,
The first time we did,
answer. That's no fun to give the real answer.
The first time we did Queens with Attitude.
Oh, okay.
We was introduced to it.
Yeah, shouts out to them.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right.
And
Shouts
then
out to my girls.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I feel the truth.
I listened to your episode when she was there.
What CL was there?
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I ain't catch that one.
Oh, on my podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm quit messing with us.
Bobby's taking shots early.
I even took a shot yet.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's my boo thing. She put me on, period. Well, we used to have like these meetups every Wednesday, and we would all just be in a group chat just talking. And we had talked about it for so long, and I was just talking, and homegirl went ahead and launched, and she hit me up, was like, yo, I need you to be on. You want to come on? I'm like, yeah. I got on. I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. And I was like, girl, I'm feeling this. I'm going to go ahead and launch my own thing, too. And still mess with you in the process. And she walked me through the steps. And I was like, okay.
I like it. Are you under ACS, too?
Y'all all from Youngstown, right?
No, I'm independent. But, yeah, we are all from Youngstown.
Oh, man. We in the wrong city, man.
Yeah, all y'all from Youngstown.
We in the wrong city. Y'all
only one from Cincinnati. Oh, we mixing?
Oh, y'all from Cincinnati. Oh, dang. Oh, y'all.
Keep that.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Cincinnati. Okay.
513.
That's how we do.
513.
513.
Yeah, we right down the street from y'all.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, we got just as many abandoned buildings.
Only,
If not more.
only 5 hours down the street from y'all. What the top though?
The top for what?
Pause.
The juice?
Nah, the oh, never mind.
You already got the lid on that.
Keep it at top.
Y'all over there got some hardcore. I'm over here with my girly stuff.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
though.
how we do.
That's how it's supposed to be.
We celebrate celebration.
If you was taking shots of Hennessy right now, I'd be a little scared.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Henny drinker. I tried Hennessy one time in my life, once only.
It's disgusting.
Not for me.
Good.
Good.
Good. I appreciate that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I appreciate you not liking Henny.
It's Douce over this way.
Never tried it. Never tried Douce.
Never tried
No
Douce?
Douce?
You should. You should try it. Try with some lemonade. It's called a J and Bay. That's my shit.
I don't know. I'm a creature of habit. I stick to what I know. And if I'm gonna drink liquor, it's definitely going to be some Patron and Belvedere. And if I do dark, it's going to be Amaretto or what is it? Di Serono. That's it.
Oh, you classy out here. That's
Absolutely.
what you're saying. You classy is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying those are just my preferred drinks.
You don't box yourself doing that. You gotta try some new stuff, baby.
Talk about she's a daddy.
Daddy, where's her Grey Poupon at?
Now hold on, wait a minute, because I mess with that Grey Poupon. Y'all don't be ordering that from Jimmy John's. Y'all just stay with that Grey Poupon.
Oh snap! You eat it with a pinky out.
See, I ain't never had Grey Poupon, man.
Nah,
Grey Poupon slaps.
Oh my god, you uncultured Negro.
I know them damn commercials made it seem like Grey Poupon was like it was
It did,
caviar.
right. Can you please pass the Grey Poupon?
Yeah, they made that shit look like it was fucking caviar in a bottle.
I was a kid, like, Auntie, can you please buy some Grey Poupon? I don't want that regular mustard. That's what
right.
Cultured swine.
Nigga drink.
Powerful niggardry at work.
How dare you give me the stuff of this peasantry?
Right. So let me quit playing.
Right. Still poor.
Ew.
There's this powerful niggardry at work.
You poor.
So welcome to episode 79
For real.
of the Normal Convos podcast.
Yeah,
Nah, for sure. Nah, we here, man. We here. We in the basement. The guys blessed me with their presence today. I feel special and shit. We got a guest today.
Very special guest.
Like, she's fucking dope as fuck.
Absolutely.
But we gonna get into it. But before that, every week, like we do at this time, Allura, make sure you turn your camera off. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna go ahead and do this intro, and we'll be back here in a second. Let's go. Good morning, and welcome to Normal Convos Pod, where we dissect, discuss, analyze, and share our views on today's current topics.
And more importantly, things we believe should be normalized as talking points in the Black community, the country, and ultimately society's culture.
We hope that you enjoy this episode, brought to you by Scalp Solutions Inc., where we help you get your confidence back. So come in.
Sit down.
And enjoy your weekly dose of normality.
Normal Convos Pod.
Hellboy on the track.
My father is back. Medium shirt daddy.
Beat your motherfucking ass in the Street Fighter. Put some money up.
Normal Convos Pod.
We lost Everett. Welcome to episode 79 of the Normal Convos Pod. I am your host, Brandon, aka the Pod Father, aka Basketball Father, or not so Basketball Father, aka not so Soccer Father right now anyway, because Elijah got a broken wrist.
God damn it.
AKA Dance Father, aka the Dancing Blood, aka Brandonce, aka the Shimmy and Rasta, aka Pod Wave, aka Potty Rich, aka Pod Shiesty, aka Jizzy God, or no, Porn God, aka Tongue All in the Butt, aka Bus Stop Brewster,
Brewster,
Erwin Pod, Shyster, Under Potter,
definitely the Under Potter. I got it. I got Brandonce in there.
Brandonce, the eater of a booty smoothie.
And I'm here. I'm here with my guys.
The booty smoothie.
Of course, I'm here with my guys. We back in the basement.
Find out Brandon out here leaving asses on eating.
Nah, this nigga was going crazy over the weekend, y'all. He was going real crazy. Just tagging me in crazy shit all weekend.
You, huh? In crazy shit. Huh?
It's all right. But anyway, I'm here with my guys. Of course, we back in the basement. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
He was tagging you all weekend.
Pause.
All right, this is Bobby, aka Aries the God, aka the graphic shirt God in this motherfucker, aka the reference God, aka God, aka Bobby Drake,
The motherfucking nice man.
There we go, aka King Petty, Petty Spaghetti, Deacon Petty White, Petty White, Petty Spaghetti, Petty Murphy, all them other petties. You know what I mean? All them other petty shits. AKA Jizzy Boy singer / the porn historian, AKA Bob Shill, AKA the background singer.
Did you get Petty Winslow?
Petty Winslow? Nah, that's what
I like that.
Did you get that?
I like it. No,
I like
I did,
that,
but yeah,
yeah.
I mean that's gonna be a new one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. What else? What else I go by? AKA Rowdy Potty Pipe Her.
AKA I'll beat your motherfucking ass.
Beat your motherfucking ass. Try to put some money up, bitch. All right, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to my guy over here.
Okay. Yo. What's up, people? It's your boy Everett.
Why he got this sultry ass voice on? Like who are you trying to impress?
You know who I am. This is AKA Mellow Mood.
He's just acting like this Allure because you won't hear it.
Nah, for sure.
The pigtails.
He see pretty faces and this nigga he turned into a whole different nigga.
He see a bit of cleavage and all that. He turned into mellow moves on you and all that.
Yeah, that's a whole different nigga right there.
Am I virtually simping right now?
Yes, you definitely virtually simping.
I'm virtually simping.
You're a virtual simp right now.
All right.
Syntax.
Yo, this is Everett, aka Mellow Moods, aka Reverend Do Wrong, aka Mr. Hurt Your Feelings, aka I get the mother and the daughter, but probably the daughter first.
AKA look at these nipples.
Look at these nipples.
AKA medium shirt daddy.
The medium shirt daddy.
Schmedium Luther.
Schmedium
AKA Captain Cock. AKA your mother's favorite boy, your mother's favorite misogynist.
Your mother's favorite misogynist and your mother's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can be both, but I like it.
Exactly.
He got a few other ones I forgot.
We don't know. But
the graphic shirt night.
Graphic shirt night.
He ain't wore a graphic shirt since we called him the graphic shirt night.
Hey,
AKA Bad Bitch.
Yeah.
AKA the Sim Genie.
Shout out to Tyler.
Right. Where's Tyler at?
He in the room. And we here with another. We're here with another episode, of course. And we're gonna pass it off to our guest for this evening. There we go.
Allura is here today with us.
Hey, well, I don't have so many AKAs. I mean, I have a few, but mostly it's Alura Dannin, aka Too Much, KBA Big Joker. That's it.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Spicy.
I like it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh no, for sure. We definitely got to return it. We gotta flip the script next time for sure.
We gotta be on your pod.
Oh, for sure.
By the way, I do like. I'm not caught up on it, but I caught like 6 of the beginning episodes, and I caught the last episode that you came out with.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you.
See, that's my problem. Is I like starting shit from the beginning.
Right, me too.
I started from the beginning, so I think I'm on the 4th episode. I think.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, beginning. My amateur days.
Yeah.
Where Dennis at? Him and Everett would get along real good.
I like Dennis B-Vass.
Yeah.
Dennis is kind of doing his own thing right now. He's doing like his YouTube thing, which is really taking off right now. He has like almost 10,000 subscribers right now.
Oh no, we need to have him on too.
Yeah, he's doing like his ride share journey, which I told him he could do, and I'm so happy he ventured off and he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salutes to that man.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to him.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, though. Really.
Right. Like, and I want to actually shout out my whole crew. B-Daz.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out. Oh, my boy Platinum P. I want to shout out all those guys because everyone on my panel is doing something great in their lives. B-Vaz is a tech analyst with a big healthcare company. Right now, he's going to be heading over to Croatia for an internship. Jazz got her nail business. Platinum got his business and doing their thing. So, yeah, shout out my peoples. I love them. They're my ride or dies. Me and B-Vaz been best friends since the 3rd grade. Yes. Oh, be quiet. You guys are muted. Oh.
We're back. I think
Are we
so.
back? Can you hear us?
Milk.
Can you hear us, Allura? Okay, we back.
Thank God.
We back. We struggle streaming over here, y'all.
It's okay. Man, listen, I didn't have those days. Anybody who is in this business know it's going to be up or it's going to be down.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody has time for that.
For
This
sure.
shit trash.
This is crazy because my sound ain't even going out the right way. It's all right. It's all right.
Brandon,
She can hear us though.
Still buffering over there.
Damn.
I'm still buffering. What you mean?
On Everett's.
Oh, I'm cool.
It's cool.
Can you see me, Allura?
Yeah, I can. You're good over here.
We're sorry,
It's
audience,
just Everett's.
because
We definitely struggle streaming. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, no need to be sorry. Man, listen. Y'all ain't been on a few of my episodes. I had some episodes where I came out of intro and I'm muted, or I'm thinking I'm muting myself. I just turned off the camera and you can hear me talking. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely done that before. I've definitely done that. So yeah, let's get in. Shit, fuck it. We just gonna have to do it this way. Can y'all hear her good off my shit? We can take these headphones off because we don't need them now. So
Why
yeah,
you sweaty.
Because I'm hot. This shit is hot, bro. We got the heat on. I'm baking in this bitch, and I ain't got no shirt on up under this. I'm about to go put one on though.
You want to show off nipples and shit.
I'm not. So no.
Oh yeah, he is Mr. Butt Naked, ain't he?
This is Mr. I am Mr. Butt Naked for sure. Normalized definitely being naked.
You don't want to see this dick get out.
What you think about that, Allura? Let's start there. Matter of fact, how you feel about nudity in the house as an adult?
Well, I know this is going to sound crazy, but since a very young age, I wanted to be a nudist. I am definitely pro nude in the household. Definitely. I think we should be in tune with our bodies. And when you're in your own crib, you should have the right to walk around your house naked. Yeah. I ain't going to divulge too much information. Let's just say, if if I didn't have a gut, I'd probably be around here on somebody's nude beach. Like,
I'm cool.
They be out here.
Yeah, when you built like me though, I mean, I don't think it's the best thing to be. I'm built like I'm 13 months pregnant, and I can't be running around showing off the belly and all that. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
I feel you.
Great value Santa Claus and shit. I can't do it.
Great value Santa Claus. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I got 8 cup titties here, bro.
Hey, we're sorry. We're talking a whole lot about nigga nips and nigga nipples here.
Brandon gonna ask like, "Yo, how you feel about nudity?" and leave.
Y'all know why I had to leave. Y'all don't be acting like that.
He said, "Don't be judging him. Leave him alone, y'all." He said, "Don't be judging him."
Nah, they be jumping me for real. Like, if you watch these episodes, these niggas really be jumping me every time I say something to do something.
They be crying.
Nah, I only cried once. Hater.
Ooh.
Hating ass nigga.
He cried.
No, I definitely cried on this
He cried on
episode.
the podcast.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I own up to that.
You got to. It's recorded.
Yeah, it's in the public.
I mean,
Right.
It is what it is.
What the fuck we talking about?
No, we getting into our host or our guest first. We're gonna get into our guest, and
okay.
we're gonna let her talk her shit. You want to start? You the interview nigga.
Were we done with the nudity thing?
Oh, I didn't hear nothing that was said.
Okay. Well,
Y'all know how I feel about it. Like,
Yeah, he definitely said.
I want to be naked, bro.
Out my house.
I want to be naked.
Well, you identify with her.
Yeah, I identify as a nudist.
Yes.
All right.
Like I don't like naked bodies don't bother me. So it could be anybody's naked bodies don't bother me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody's naked body does not bother me. So I wouldn't give a fuck about nobody being naked in my house. Like that's kind of how I feel about it in general.
I mean, I would have an age restriction because
Yeah, but you know what? So,
I don't want to see rubber band balls. I just don't.
But you know what? We kind of got into that when we talked about it the first time, because one way or the other is like, do you got an age restriction on the youthful, or do you got an age restriction on the older? Like my personal belief is, if my kids grew up in a household where they were where I was naked all the time and I never made them feel uncomfortable about being naked, then by the time they're 13, 14, 16 and developing, they're not going to feel weird about being naked because they've been naked their whole fucking life.
I don't want to see no kids naked, and I don't want to see no
Well, see,
naked.
that's
Selma Hayek.
But see,
her
that's
old ass can get naked around me. I don't give a fuck.
But I think that's the difference, because that would not be okay when I got people in the house. You know what I'm saying? Just like I don't be naked when when it's just me and the kids in the house. I don't be naked because my kids didn't grow up around that. When people come to my house, I don't get naked. But if it's just me and my wife in the house, I'm naked, my G. Like that will always be a easy stopping point. Like I'm not naked when other people in my house. That's more of a respect thing, though. I respect the people that come to my house, so I'm not just gonna get butt ass like you sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't coming out the room butt ass. Like, all right, my nigga,
if we said we were okay with it, yeah, you would.
We playing 2K? What's up, nigga? Like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Anyway, can we let our guest introduce herself while we talk?
Y'all asked me about the nudity shit.
You asked about the nudity. Ever asked if you were done with it? You introduced it and then left. Right.
I had to get changed. Oh, this is a limited edition Normal Convos merch shirt.
Nice.
This was probably made week 1 of our merch.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually the only one I ever made it is. So if anybody want to buy this off my back, I got you. Limited edition.
It's a limited edition.
Very limited edition.
Right.
There's only one in circulation.
Yeah, but
one of fucking one.
Yeah.
So what's up? Let's get into you, Allura.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to be here, guys. I really am. I think I had inboxed you before. I'm not sure, like a while back, and we had
it had been a while,
a long time ago.
Yeah. So I'm actually really excited to be here. As you guys all know, I am Alura Dannin. My podcast is the Alluring Hour podcast with Alura Dannin. It's a part of the Alluring Hour Network. You guys can check me out over on YouTube at the Alluring Hour Network with Alura Dannin. Let me see. It's not too much to tell about myself. I'm a mom of 7. A wife to my husband. We've been together for about 16 years.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm a ball of fresh air, I guess. And I don't know. I just enjoy life, y'all. I ain't got too much to say about me. But I'm out here trying to hustle like y'all, I'll be out here on TikTok. Check me out on TikTok at Alura Dannin. Check me out on IG at the Alluring Hour. If you haven't done so, follow me on all of those platforms.
Oh yeah, they will be in the
description.
There will be in the description. So check here under the YouTube. They will be in the description, and for our listenership, it will be in the description on there as well. So make sure y'all follow her. Get them likes up, get them follows up, get them views up. We all trying to get rich out here.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So my first question really would be, I know you kind of went into it a little bit earlier, but what made you want to start doing podcasting on a consistent basis?
Well, consistently, I would say it was the love for anime and just different.
We definitely getting into that later.
Yeah, different type of stuff like that. It was more so my cousin, rest his soul, Robert Span. We always used to talk about doing this like so long ago, like 4 years ago. This was like something we talked about, and we never really kind of got into it. And like I said, I was talking to CL about it, and me and her talked about it for a few, and I never kind of got into it. But like I said, I was a guest on her show, and then shortly after that, my cousin passed, and it kind of broke my heart. And I was just like, yeah, thanks. This was something that he wanted us to do. And so I kind of was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get this taken off, because my cousin had the utmost faith in me. Like, he'd hit me in my inbox like all the time, like, Cuddy, yo, this guy on Facebook want to debate. Let's get into it. I'm about to tag him. It was like 2 a.m. He created this video chat like thing on Facebook. And like, I'm in here going toe to toe with this, he happened to be Caucasian, this Caucasian man. And then by the end of the night, we all just laughing, having fun. And then we get into our anime stuff and get into our superhero stuff. And by the way, rest in peace. The voice of Batman.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that too.
Oh, man. Girl,
yeah, that hurt.
I'm about to say, girl, look. Man, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Plus, I talk a lot. So it was like, this fits me. And I'm opinionated. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's my bag. So, you touched on anime, superheroes, and all that stuff. So I guess we can go ahead and start with excuse me. We can start with a rest in peace to Kevin Conroy. He has been the voice of Batman for 30 fucking years.
Man.
He's been the voice of Batman since I was 4 years old. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
That is crazy to me. To put it in perspective, right? Let me find this screenshot. To put it in perspective, Kevin Conroy is responsible for 13 animated movies, 14 animated shows, 16 games, and 1 live action episode. And I cannot remember what that live action episode was that he was on, but I don't think he played Batman. I think it was on Flash. It was either on Flash or Arrow.
I think it was Flash, because it was definitely Flash. It was Flash because it was the trickster. He was like the trickster or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, that was Mark Hamill. Oh, damn. Okay, that was Mark Hamill. I was gonna say that was Mark Hamill. I thought it was the Flash though.
Huh. Was it Mark Hamill? Oh shit, that was Mark Hamill.
It was Mark Hamill,
aka Luke Skywalker.
It might have been on Batgirl.
Could have been.
That's the only thing I can see where they would fit him in.
Mm-hmm.
Because Batgirl had her own show. You stupid. Anyway, yeah, like Kevin Conroy is like, I've always been a very big proponent of Marvel makes better live action movies, but in part to Kevin Conroy, DC makes better animated movies to me.
I hear that a lot.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Nobody can touch DC's animation.
Yeah, I agree.
Not Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm going Marvel DC.
Yeah, Marvel definitely is the movies, and DC is definitely animated.
Yeah, I do too. Did you hear what Bobby said?
Nobody said.
I still hold the Spider-Man from the 90s in very high regard. Also, X-Men. I don't really think too much what DC is doing is touching that. People still talk about that to this day.
Yeah, back then, no.
Yeah,
they were unmatched. It was Marvel all day.
Yeah.
But this new generation of animation, Marvel can't touch them. They too invested in the live action shit.
I got you.
They can't really put the time in on like that Green Lantern movie that just came out on HBO Max. Have you watched that yet, Allure?
I have not watched that yet.
Came out?
Green Lantern. Another animated movie.
Oh, okay.
But
I just watched Black Panther today. I just watched Wakanda Forever today.
I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
I ain't watched it yet. I was gonna go yesterday, but I ain't feel like
Allure, have you seen it?
No, I'm trying to get my emotions together. I gotta mentally prepare myself to go watch that movie.
Yeah,
You really do.
because
You do.
I'm a cry like as soon as they show the funeral scene.
Bro,
I know there's a funeral scene in the beginning, and I'm a cry.
listen, 21 Bridges popped up on Netflix in the watch, the recommended watch, and I started breaking down like Chadwick, oh my god. So I know I ain't right. yet.
What was Five Bloods? I saw Five Bloods popped up for the same, like for me. And I had never watched that movie ever. But I definitely started reminiscing, like, damn, this dude did everything before he went.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom popped up in my watch again, and it kind of hit me a little bit because he stole that whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
it was about Viola
I kept
Davis.
hearing that.
Yeah, it was about Ma Rainey, but Chadwick Boseman, he stole the fucking movie, bro. And I'm not just saying that because he passed. Like, watch this shit and see. Like, the movie was really about him for real.
What I just said
right here.
I mean, we just seen him elevate, as we kind of grew. Because I remember the first movie that I ever seen that he did was 42. And I was like, dang, he played the mess out of that movie. And then I think, was it?
Get On Up?
Yeah, James Brown. I think it was James Brown. That one, I was like, okay,
Yeah, he was doing his thing. And it's so crazy that he was able to personify our Black greats.
Right.
So early in his career and do it right. Like nobody second guessed him as any of our Black greats. Thurgood Marshall,
Jackie
Robinson, Get On Up was James Brown. Like nobody second guessed him. And then from him to go from all of that
to Wakanda
and then drop Black Panther, like this was the superhero that we wanted as
that
Black
we deserved.
Like we had Blade in the 2000s, but nobody looked up to Wesley Snipes as Blade or looking up to Blade because it wasn't personified as a superhero movie.
No,
This new Blade will be.
Yeah, and plus Wesley wasn't doing it for the culture,
right?
Yeah, I've said before, like when Black Panther came out, like that shit made me like proud. Like I swelled up with pride when I saw that. To see us held in like royalty and all that, regarding royalty. Because I put the post on Facebook because all our Black movies we get portrayed as crackheads and stupid. And
Will Smith doing a slavery movie right now,
and slaves and shit like that. This was one of the first movies where I watched this shit and all I seen was Black excellence, and I was proud.
Yeah,
you see what we could have been. What we could have been if we didn't get captured into slavery.
I'm sorry, Allure. What'd you say?
When I watched Wakanda, like Black Panther, I see what we could have been if maybe we didn't get captured into slavery, and if Africa wasn't pillaged for its diamonds. So
it's even funnier because you kind of look like I'm an overthinker when it comes to movies and stuff like that. Always trying to relate it back to something that happened in real life. So with Vibranium, the way that I feel like they was putting it in there was not only the blood diamonds. I looked at it as that was probably the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. It just happened to land in Africa.
Oh yeah, because it was Vibranium was a meteor. Right. Okay, yeah, I forgot about
so
that.
It was the meteor that killed the because I'm a big conspiracy theorist too. So that was the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, and then over millions and millions and millions of years, then the diamonds started coming. And if we were left alone, it would have been vibranium instead of diamonds, or our version of whatever vibranium would be in this world. Like, obviously, superheroes are supposed to be far-fetched.
Yeah. Right.
So you don't really supposed to know what's going on. But I feel like they always say art imitates life. I always say it's the other way around. Sometimes life imitates art. So that's kind of my conspiracy theory brain, though.
Yeah, I don't. When did James Harden start playing for Philly?
Last year.
Man, I've been off. Never mind. My bad, y'all. My bad. Let me get back to this.
So, Laura, what's your favorite superhero?
Superman.
Hey, CL, what's up, baby?
Yeah.
Hey, C.
What up, CL?
What's going on?
Hey, fine ass auntie.
Hey.
That is.
Hey, go check out www.pussytalks.com.
Oh yeah.
She got her own. She got her own sex toy shop now.
Oh,
Shout out to
Yes.
CL.
okay.
CL ain't playing no games. She coming for your neck.
Yeah, that's dope.
Are you on right now, CL?
They go live at 9:30 now, I think.
Okay, I gotta make sure I put my phone on.
Yeah, I think they go in at like 9:30 now.
My laptop gonna be on us, but my phone gonna be on Queens Without Attitude.
Yeah, that's usually what I do with that phone, but I ain't want to grab it.
Pause.
So, pause, yeah, for sure. So you and Bobby are kindred spirits.
Yes.
You and Bobby are kindred spirits.
You in Ohio? That's what's up. I'm off to. Oh damn! So you ain't going live tonight? You say she's off. Oh yeah, because you ain't logged in as an admin.
He can see it when he pop up on the screen though.
Yeah,
I would have to do the chat thing.
Oh my bad.
Mess with the flow.
Oh, she in Youngstown. Okay then. She back home.
So, Laura, when did you fall in love with Superman?
At the age of probably like 6. It's like when we had that Superman cartoon, he had crypto, and every time he had to go fly, he says, up, up, and away, and come on, super dog. So I fell in love with Superman then. And then I would say when Christopher Reeves came out with when he played Superman, and I seen him on screen, I'm like, oh my God. Because I didn't really find white men attractive until him. And so I was like, oh my goodness, yes.
Look at the white man she finds attractive. Christopher Reeves.
But that's where my name.
How you feel about Thor?
Thor,
Liam Hemsworth.
Or his brother, for that matter.
He's okay.
They love both of them.
He's okay. He's okay. Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, you still taking Superman over Thor?
Heck shit. Christopher, Henry Cavill, is that his name?
Yeah, I fucked with him.
Man, I'll take him over. Man, listen, I'll trade my husband to Simon Quick. I love you, Bam.
God damn.
I'm playing, Bam. I'm playing. No, yeah. Woo. But like I was trying to say, my name, Allure, I kind of derived that from Superman's mom's name because her name was Laura. Jarrell or whatever, or Hyrus. So that's why I was like, dang, I love that. And then I was like, yes. And then my favorite movie is Willow. So Dannis, I was like, okay, Alura Dannin, this fits. So I really kind of came up with my name from watching Superman and movies like Willow.
Yeah,
see,
I kind of fell in love with Superman at the same time. Like around 4 or 5 years old, my dad used to put on a sheet as a cape, and then kind of like pretend like he was flying around. Then he would like put me up on his feet, and then like kind of fly me around and shit like that.
That's crazy. My dad did that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Then he would do the Mickey Mouse voice for me, and all. My dad is the shit. I need to call my dad.
Look at y'all having dads. Y'all triggering me. Y'all triggering me.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Y'all triggering me.
Yeah. Well, my dad passed on when I was 17, but yeah.
Damn. Say what, Allure? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said my dad had passed on when I was 17, but yeah, I had a dope dad. My dad was dope.
Oh, for sure.
I cannot imagine your pain. I hope, I know I have to, but I gotta call my dad, man.
I saw my pops. Matter of fact, before I get to my pops, congratulations to my sister, Tabitha Brewster.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I love you, girl.
Congratulations, sister. Good graduation.
I love you. And I'm so fucking proud of you for doing what the fuck you need to do. My sister just got her medical assistance degree.
All right.
Just graduated. She just graduated. What was that? Thursday. She graduated Thursday, and we went to the little penance ceremony and all that, and then we went out for dinner afterwards. And happy birthday to my brother Courtney. He just turned 30. He was born in real younger than me. Courtney is older. Yeah, I ain't never met Courtney. No, you did meet Courtney.
Yeah, on the porch that one night. Yeah.
What is it? 37
without me and shit.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, Courtney 37. He was born in 85. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So happy birthday to my brother. He just turned 37. My sister just graduated college. I'm very proud. But anyway, my pops came to the dinner, right? You stupid as fuck. So pops came to the dinner, and he got out the car, got up, gave my little brother Josh a hug, gave Rail a hug, gave me a hug. He was like, "Happy birthday, nigga." I'm like, "What? Wrong son, bro."
Oh, damn.
Wrong son, bro. I was like, "Bro, I got another 3 months." He looked at me. He was like, "Oh, damn, you are Brandon, ain't you?"
Damn. You 3 months earlier, 9 months late.
Wait, your dad?
Yes, man. You don't know my.
Oh, okay.
You gotta.
This motherfucker does not like his dad.
Yeah.
I love.
I'm so sorry.
I love that nigga. It's just hard
No,
to. It's hard to like.
Don't.
No, because you don't have to like somebody to love. You don't have to like somebody to love him.
You're right.
I love him to death. I do not like the man. I can't hate him because he gave me life.
Yeah,
But
right.
I don't like him.
Where the picture at, man?
I don't like him. I ain't got no pictures with my pops.
You just showed us.
Not framed.
Oh, okay.
That was on my phone, G.
Hey, he looked just like his daddy.
That's why you and your father probably are very similar. And when
we are.
Yeah, when parents and kids are very similar, they butt heads a lot. It's like my 18-year-old. She is my identical twin, unfortunately, and yet my spirit twin. She's a Sag. I'm a Leo. So yeah.
Leo gang.
Leo gang.
I ain't a Leo.
My kids are Leos.
I know y'all love Leos out here. So
Yes, we the business.
Oh, you a Leo too?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to say hi, Lucy. I could say biz naive, or something like that. Biz naive or something like that.
That's funny as fuck. Where we going next? Actually,
we got topics and shit.
We do got topics, but we learning more about Allura in the first hour.
Oh yeah.
The first hour we learning about Allura. So, let's hop into anime, right?
Damn.
Yeah. Now you on me and Bobby. You on me and Bobby turf now because we are like
we're blurred.
We blurs out here. Blurs. Yeah, we blurs out here.
Matter of fact.
So we're
don't take this as disrespectful, but
Nigga, no, you didn't.
You can't. He brought it last time.
I always bring my game. Like, what are you talking about?
Why don't you eat your dinner, nigga?
Wrong.
Pause. Anyway,
I brought my Switch with me.
You got 12 inches of meat.
Anime. We getting into anime first, right? What was your introduction? What was your introduction to anime?
12 inches of meat.
You already know it was Dragon Ball Z. I think being in Youngstown, most kids' introduction to anime was Dragon Ball Z. But
I
actually,
think most black kids. I think most black kids.
Actually, no, it was something. I think it was something. It was Pocano or something like that. One of them. I don't know. It was some weird Japanese anime.
We didn't know Ronin. So Bobby just said his introduction was Ronin Warriors. We didn't know Ronin Warriors was anime though.
Right. I didn't.
Just like I didn't know Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that shit.
Right.
Saturday morning. I didn't know that was anime. I didn't know Dragon Ball Z was anime.
I knew Dragon Ball Z was anime, but nothing else. I didn't know. Like Yu Yu Hakusho, I didn't even know that was like considered anime, or Inuyasha. I didn't really know that was considered anime. I was like, you know, you would see these things and you would watch them. You're like, oh, okay, it's cartoons. And the more you dig into them, because, you know, you got to start doing your research because you want to learn about the characters and stuff. And then that's kind of where I discovered more the in-depth about it being anime, and just kind of like, okay, I might lightweight be, you know, a little nerdy. Lightweight.
Just a little bit. So what you watching right now?
Right now, Black Clover. I'm watching Black Clover, Fairy Tail. Still trying to get through Fairy Tail. God knows, I'm trying to finish One Piece, but it is difficult.
What episode are you on?
I don't know. I keep falling asleep, and then I got to start it all over again.
Tyler.
Because it's so interesting. Because Luffy, I like him, and you know, I'm feeling him, but it's like, God dang, so many episodes, and I don't never know what's going on. And then Zoro, I don't know. I'm on the fence about him and that sword in his mouth. That kind of aggravates me. But I'm gonna have to say, for real, my top animes is gonna be Bleach, Naruto.
No, I'm never starting that.
He's a 3-sword wielder.
Wait, what? You never started it?
Nah, man, it's too many damn episodes. No,
it is a lot of episodes.
So he keep one in each hand, and then he put the other one in his
mouth, and it's crazy.
Wow. Put the sword in his mouth.
Like, yeah.
What episode of One Piece you on?
Like 700.
Oh, so you almost done.
One in both hands, one in his mouth.
That's my son, by the way. You can't see him, but
Zoro?
he started One Piece a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He said he on episode 700 something.
What do you want? I'm in the middle of a
wow, that's dedication.
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated to watch.
And what else he got to do?
Right.
He got a job, but outside of that, like, what else you got to do? Watch the anime.
You know what's so crazy? I always tell my husband, I was like, it would be hard for a normal man to date me because I'm literally the one who's going to come home after I'm done working or whatnot, kick off my shoes, and I'm straight to animation. Like, I'm going straight to either some DC anime or just, I can watch Inuyasha. I've watched Inuyasha so many times and finished it. And then I watched the anime to spin off with their daughters. Yashahime. I think that's what it's called.
The Pirate Princess?
Yes, the Pirate Princess.
Yeah,
really good. I finished it and I'm like, come on, bring me some more seasons. Top favorite, Bleach. It's so hard because Bleach, Naruto, and Inuyasha like my top 3, and it's so hard to kind of put it in order which one's my favorite. But I'm gonna have to say Ichiko Kurosaki. I just love him. Like, I love him so much. I just love his energy. I love his determination. But Naruto, he fits me personality wise. Like, he sets his mind to something and he's definitely gonna do it. And he's gonna, ruffle some feathers. But at the end of the day, he remains loyal and he rides for his people, and that's me. All the way.
For sure. We might have to bring you back for Blurred's 4.0.
Yeah.
Are we on 4.0?
Yeah, Blurred 4.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I think we're on 4.0. We did 3 episodes of Blurred shit already. We might have to bring you back for 4.
Yeah.
So have you started TYBW yet?
No, what is that?
I have.
Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War.
No, I actually just caught wind of that.
That's oh my god! Listen,
I haven't watched it yet because I already know the story by playing the game. But I'm planning on watching it anyway, though.
Yo, let's just say it's fire.
I know
it's fire. Especially seeing it animated because I've caught like clips of 1,000-Year Blood War and manga. Like, I didn't play the game, so I don't really know what's gonna happen. But I follow a couple of anime groups on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, so I see like they'd show panels here and there. So it's like, okay, this person got a new form, or this person look a little different from the original, or this person look a little bit different from the original.
Keep watching.
Man, seeing this shit animated, it's only 5 episodes in.
Dang.
And when I tell you, I feel like I'm fucking 16 again. Like,
it's dope as fuck, man.
Oh my god, watching that animated.
I'm gonna check it out. Oh, you know what? I lied too. Nope, I lied. I do have I can't put an anime at number 1, and it's gonna have to be the 7 Deadly Sins.
7 Deadly Sins is nice.
Yeah. And it's only because of Escanor.
Yeah.
And y'all already know why.
Yeah.
Leo gang.
Yeah, that too.
Yes. So yeah.
I like Meliodas because I feel like I'm a kid at heart, but I'll fuck somebody up if I really got to.
Period.
Now, 7 Deadly Sins is up there. I did start watching Chainsaw Man. It's on Hulu. I don't know if it's exclusive to Hulu, but I caught it on Hulu. Oh. But it's a dude. It's basically a world of demons, right? Mm-hmm. So think Demon Slayer, but not as mystic. So, matter of fact, think of Demon Slayer in New York. Have you watched Demon Slayer yet?
I have. I actually love Demon Slayer.
So it's like Demon Slayer, but in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
No swords or anything like that. Like they throwing hands. But story, the guy, the main protagonist guy, is he has a demon as a pet, and the demon is a chainsaw dog.
It's called Chainsaw Dog.
No, the show is called Chainsaw Man. So the guy, I was explaining it to my wife the other day because the storyline for why he is so determined to beat these demons is hilarious, and I don't want to give it away because it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so the guy gets mortally injured in like the first or second episode or some shit. And then him and the dog damn near fuse, and he becomes Chainsaw Man instead of a guy that just hunts demons. But you can see it on like the little cover art that they use for it.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
He got a chainsaw that come out his face, and then chainsaws that come out his hands, like out of the middle of his hands. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. You know what? I haven't been on Hulu in a while. I've been kind of more towards HBO Max because HBO Max has all the DC animations. So I've been kind of making my way through that. But yeah, I might have to check that out because
I don't know how much. I don't know how much is on Hulu, but as far as anime anyway. But I watch Hulu for like I just like normal cartoons.
Me too.
So like I watch like American Dad, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, The Great North, Duncanville. It's a couple of cartoons that I watch just on Hulu because they Fox shows. So you can really only watch them on Hulu anyway. And I was scrolling through, and then when Chainsaw Man premiered, you know, they always send you the little, you know what I'm saying, the thing at the top of Hulu, like, oh, season 1 premiere type shit. And it popped up, and I was like, damn, that looks weird as fuck. And I kept pushing it off. And then my anime group started getting wind of it. And like the first or second weeks, they was top in the anime ranks as far as watch hours or whatever the hell, however they calculate that. So once I seen that, I was like, all right, so if anime people are watching this, let me at least give it a chance. Because I thought it looked corny at first. I was like, Chainsaw Man, that kind of looked corny. It like it's gonna be stupid, but it's anime. You know, with anime, you can't never really take shit for what it looked like.
Right.
But man, I watched that. That's what 5. That got like 5, 6. I think it premiered like the week before or the week after Bleach. So man, I started watching that. That shit was crazy. So I'm watching that and 1,000 Year Blood War right now. Season 6 of My Hero just started.
Oh, I forgot all about My Hero Academia. Oh, yeah. That's my stuff too. I ain't gonna lie. It's just so many different animes out here to be like, you just got a real top favorite. It's just so hard.
Yeah. And it's so funny because the people that don't watch anime don't really realize that there's like literally an anime for everybody.
Right.
Like if you like cartoons in general, you can make an easy jump over to anime because it's going to be something that you're going to like.
That's a fact.
It's going to be something like because they got the super adult stuff. It's a couple of super adult like where they show like anime titties and like essay and that type of shit on there, and it'd be like, oh, that's kind of wild. But
Brandon be watching
High School of the Dead. They show a lot of that.
Yeah,
that one is really in dead.
Watching anime porn. He be watching hentai.
I do not watch hentai.
He likes anime titties.
Nah, anime titties be cool until they take them out the shirt. Cause who was that? Orihime on Bleach?
Orihime.
Yeah. What?
Wait, you seen Orihime's? Oh Lord.
No, you mean
No. I mean before, like they were clothes on.
Oh, okay.
And Matsumoto. Captain Hutsugaya's lieutenant.
Yeah.
Rengoku. I could not remember her first name.
I love Rengoku.
That's my boo.
Her energy is just so badass.
Infectious.
And then the red hair. Like I have a thing for like redheads. I really do. If I was to like date Caucasian, it would be a redhead.
Oh, you want you a ginger white boy?
Yes, ginger for sure. I used to talk to this ginger white boy. I used to call him Big Red in high school.
Wow. Not Big Red.
Is that why you got the red hair?
Oh, this is brown, but it looks red. But no,
Gingers are definitely the niggas of white people.
Yes.
They're the niggas of white people.
yeah, his name was Kenny. He was mad cool. He was like mad down to earth. Like I've never met a redhead, a ginger who was just. I have a ginger friend. I call her Barbie. Shout out Melissa. She's super tall and she was built like a Barbie back in the day. And she had her red hair, and that was her nickname. We get on school bus like, "What's up, Barbie?"
That's funny.
Yeah, I always had the nicknames for my friends. I had one friend called her Mophead. Like,
I think everybody got nicknames for their kids though.
yeah,
Mophead is funny. Mophead is funny.
that's because she used to wear light chucks all the time, so it's called her Mophead. I was like, "What's that, Mophead?"
Yeah, she deserved that nickname now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's keep it moving. So if as far as your journey right now in podcasting, what are some of the things that you were loving about it, and then some of the things that you kind of ain't really feeling about it?
Oh, that's an awesome question. So what I'm loving about it right now is actually just the journey, just learning different things, connecting with new people like you guys, and just more so podcasting give you an opportunity to self-educate. So I'm all about education. I'm all about learning new things and connecting with people. So that's the journey that I'm taking, and I'm loving it. Also, just being able to put my spin and my take on things and be able to create. And that makes me feel self-empowered, because it's like, you hear so many people talk about, oh, I can do that. That's easy. But it's like, if you could do it, everyone will be doing it, and it takes time.
And at some points, it does seem like everybody's got a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say everybody got a podcast, but a lot of people do have podcasts, but it takes dedication. So for the people who are out here and they are podcasting, like you guys have regular lives. You guys have a job. You guys have families, but you guys get on here whenever you guys have to, and you do the work. Not a lot of people are willing to do that after you already done work the 9 to 5. And I commend you guys for that, because that's dedication. You have to push yourself to do that, because there's days where I'm just like, I'm tired. I don't want to get on. I'm sick. I don't want to get on. But you run into so many different people. Like I had one lady who was on the show. Let me shout out Rage to Blindness. Her son was shot by this lunatic in Liberty, Ohio, just for no reason, and now her son is blind. I get to interview people like that and tell their stories and get their stories out there. So that was a blessing. And then in doing so, WKBN reached out to the family and got their story even further out there. So that was something that was amazing, and I pride myself on trying to help people. So that's the upside to podcasting for me. And I'm gonna say the downside, I'm just saying support. More so just support or hate. Unfortunately, the hate for me comes from Caucasian men for some reason. I get messages on inbox, crazy messages, and just people just want to attack me for me having an opinion. And that's the downside. But like I said, I ain't letting not one person stop me from doing what God has called me to do. Let my voice be heard. I'm speaking on injustices. I'm going to speak on things that's going on in our community. I'm going to educate the people. Then I'm also be messy, because I like to get messy sometimes.
I definitely like to get messy. We definitely get messy. We get messy lately or later, because Lunell is on
Sorry.
Lunell on some bullshit. So yeah, we definitely get messy later. But yeah, go ahead.
Listen, the first episode I checked out from y'all was the cancel culture episode. Now I know it was y'all did that a while ago, and it's kind of made me want to circle back around, because we're dealing with that right now, and it's even more amplified with Kanye, Kyrie, and a host of a few people. There was a few guests that you had on there, and y'all had ranges of opinions, ranging from, you have freedom of speech, but not freedom of consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you work with this person, or you're in bed with this person,
You gotta do what they say.
You have to do what they say,
Mm-hmm.
and your opinion cannot offend, because that's potentially money that you're messing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wanted to get your thoughts on, like I said, that episode that y'all did, that was a while ago, but it's kind of circled back around because
we going through it right now.
It never really stopped. You know what? Somebody made a very good point on there, and I cannot remember who it was, when they said that the cancel culture started from the Me Too movement.
Yeah,
My brother. That was my brother.
Yeah. Like it was so crazy, because as long as cancel culture has been out, like we know what cancel culture is, and we know what the Me Too movement is. I never made the connection that we weren't canceling niggas before the Me Too. Nobody was canceling anybody before Me Too.
Right.
Yeah, and it's been about 5 years since that started.
Yeah.
And somebody pointed out on your podcast that that's where it originated from. Do you agree with that same sentiment? Since you filmed that episode or recorded, has your stance on it changed? Or do you have any further thoughts surrounding it, especially with the Kyrie thing?
So no, my stance on it has not changed. I believe that the cancel culture actually needs to be canceled. And sorry, guys.
You're good.
It's all good.
Yeah, we all got kids.
Right.
Well, Everett don't.
Pull out game.
Then he'll know about.
Oh no.
Hey, mine were on purpose. My pull out game is on.
But yeah, as far as cancel culture goes, right, it's kind of weird because we like to cancel a lot of different people that either don't deserve it or don't deserve it at the moment. Like I seen something the other day, right, about the baby.
Yeah.
And somebody made a joke. It was funny as fuck, but it was a joke. And they said, y'all said the baby couldn't be canceled, but this nigga one show away from performing at BP or something like that. And I thought it was so fucking funny that they said that, but I remember when he did all that shit at Rolling Loud. And it was like, okay, they ain't fuck with him for like 2 or 3 weeks. But then he was back on Rolling Loud and he was back on his tour. And it's like he been low since then. Like you ain't heard nothing from the baby. Like ain't nothing from the baby went crazy in a while. Like ever since that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I refuse to believe it. Just you could say, oh, well, his music ain't hitting, or he makes the same song. It cannot be just that.
Yeah, he was doing that before he got canceled.
There's
So
play here that are intentionally suppressing him and his reach because of that.
And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. My husband took him away. So if you don't mind me to answer Everett's question.
Oh no, you go back. Yeah, you go back.
Okay.
I was just filling in while you was handling.
Yeah, I appreciate it because I'm so sorry about that. But to answer your question, my stance has not changed. The connection to cancel culture and the Me Too movement is legit solid. Like you said, Podfather, we really did not start seeing it until the Me Too movement came out. And that movement was so powerful that it emboldened people to be like, okay, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're saying. So since they were able to cancel this person, cancel that person, we're going to keep it going. And it's a dangerous game. And I feel like rather than to cancel someone completely and just ruin their careers and ruin their lives, let's educate them. And education is the key because some people who offend are ignorant and they don't understand the stance of the things that they say. And sometimes just simply teaching them can be the key. But as far as like what Brother Kyrie did, he shared a documentary. It wasn't like he went online and he said, I hate, I dislike, they're trash, they're this. He didn't do that. He was simply saying, basically, I watched this. I mean, he really didn't put in any did he
even say he watched
context
it?
to it?
He shared the link.
Yeah, he didn't put any context to it. He just kind of really just shared it. And it was like, So now we live in America where we can't share things. We're getting canceled just from sharing something. So if I was to share a meme of someone saying that, white people age like spoiled milk, am I going to be canceled?
If the right white person get offended, yes.
But
on this podcast, right, I very, very often I play devil's advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to another podcast the other day. I cannot remember the name of it. It was a random ass podcast, but I was listening to it the other day, and they were having a conversation about the Kyrie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the question that rose is sharing a link promotion. So they looked up the word promotion in the dictionary, whatever, and because really when you go off of just the word promotion, you think, oh no, I'm out here waving the flag for it, I'm sharing it to everybody I know, I'm telling people about it, blah 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 blah, right? So without looking up the definition, you would say no, instinctively, that's not promotion, I just shared a link. But the offside to that is it is promotion when you have millions of followers. When you have millions of followers, anything that you put on the internet is promotion. People are going to go to it. Like sales went up for that book like 300% overnight just because Kyrie shared it, and then right after that got canceled.
But let me ask you this question, because this is my problem. He didn't add any context to it. So it could have been perceived that maybe he shared it because he disagreed. He could have possibly disagreed and found this sickening and just said, oh my goodness, let me share this real quick. Maybe he was on the road and he didn't have time to type. Let me just share it, and even though people might want to say, but that's still dangerous. But he didn't say whether he agreed with it or disagreed with it. So how do you sit here and you persecute this? Because this is what they're doing. They're persecuting them.
Yeah.
Just from sharing something. And then he went on to say he was sorry. And to be honest, I don't think he should have said sorry about nothing, because it was nothing to be sorry for.
I don't think he's sorry.
He's not. He had to, keep faith.
Yeah, he had to do that because he wants his job. So, like I said, devil's advocate. I want to make my stance clear. I'm 100% behind Kyrie Irving, personally. But
I stand with Kyrie.
You can't like that's not how you create content. If everybody agree, then what's the point of recording?
Right.
So, devil's advocate, right? As a public figure, it is your job to put context. It's your job. You're a public figure. You are looked up to by young black men. You are looked up to by your peers. You are looked up to by basketball players, influencers, people that want to make shoes, people that want to do fashion, people that want to dribble like you are such an influence. Sticking on Kyrie, you are such an influence as a public figure. It is 100% your job to provide context. Sharing something without context, like there's something that we say often on this podcast. Once we say something, it's up to whoever hears it to perceive it and interpret it the way that they put it.
Yeah.
All we can do is give it as much context as we possibly can so it can't be misconstrued. But the problem with words is that, especially with video, audio, whatever, it can be edited.
Yeah, they're going to interpret it the way they want.
It can be edited. I can say exactly what I mean, word for word, in the safest way possible. And all you got to do is take 2 or 3 words out, and I sound like I'm the worst nigga in the world. So I feel like, even though I agree with him, I also feel like you have to take some of this. You're a public figure. You can't just tweet something, whether he watched it or not. I personally don't think that he watched it. I don't think he watched it. I think he seen it and he was like, all right, let me share this. Or somebody sent it to him and was like, hey. Somebody sent it to him like, hey, check this out or whatever. And it was somebody that he's probably had conversations with where it's like, oh, okay, well, if he sent me something, you know what I'm saying? He probably ain't sent me nothing crazy, whatever the case may be. But as a public figure, it is your job to provide context, because the tweet can't be changed, right? If somebody screenshot your tweet your tweet. If somebody screenshot your tweet, all right, it's exactly word for word what I said.
Finally got an edit button.
Well, yeah, but only he can edit it though, or whoever got access to his account.
Yeah. So, but this is my question though. He just shared it. What about the people who distributed it?
That's
Amazon. Yeah.
Why y'all mad at Kyrie for posting it, but they mad at Amazon for having it on sale?
If we can cancel Yee's music from Spotify, from Apple, we can take his endorsements. Why did not Jim or Jeff Bezos or whatever his name is, why didn't he remove this content from his website for distribution? He has that power. Now we want to hold the little man, because Kyrie is the little man. We want to hold him accountable. But this man let that content be available for the public to gain access to. But this is my thing. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I think it's along the same lines of what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter right now.
Destroying it?
I don't think he's destroying it personally. We can get into that later, but I don't think we definitely gonna have to have you back, because I feel like me and you can have some real conversations.
Oh, I'm down.
But when you have that much money, that much influence, and that many relationships, so matter of fact, I'm gonna go on the Kanye. I'm gonna go on the Kanye side of it, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody understands that Kanye was a billionaire. Kanye made sure he told everybody he was a billionaire. I'm worth whatever. He was on Drink Champs screaming it. Every time he tweets something, he talk about how much money he got, all that type of stuff, right? Kanye West is a proverbial overnight billionaire. It didn't take him 30, 40 years to become a billionaire. So a lot of those steps that you have to take to become a billionaire, the relationships you have to make, the relationships you have to mend, and you have to, the relationships that you have to pay attention to, and you have to nurture a lot of those relationships to get to that billion. Kanye skipped a lot of steps getting into that billionaire status. So now when he goes out and says some wild shit on Drink Champs, who is there to back you when you don't have the relationships?
Well, the relationships left when he left Kim. Well, when Kim left him, because we got to remember, most of those relationships that Kanye formed was due to his wife and his wife's mother putting him in the right position. And people often forget Kanye did get to this billionaire status also on the back of his wife, who bailed him out of bankruptcy. So once she left, she carried some of that power with her, and he wanted to give us the illusion that it was all him and that he definitely secured the billions. He didn't secure the billions, because if he had billions, there is no way he could walk away with $400 million. Because even if they would have took all of those shoe endorsements, he would have still had $1 billion sitting in the bank for him to invest any way that he wanted to. It was a projected amount that he was going to receive. And so his problem, what Kanye did was he put the cart before the horse, and he didn't think.
Yeah.
He didn't think.
But that story came out, what, 3-4 years ago, that Kanye was broke and he was living off of borrowed money.
Mm-hmm.
We knew this. We knew this already. Like, this wasn't news to us, for real. So when they said, "Oh, Kanye, what, like the Adidas deal alone took him from billionaire status to millionaire status," and it was like, is anybody like, people are like, "No, Kanye's still a bit." No, Kanye was never a billionaire. Kanye was projected to be a billionaire. Mm-hmm. If he fulfilled all of his contracts, like a lot of people in the working class and your everyday person don't understand what contracts mean. Mm-hmm. If I have a 5-year contract worth $150 million, that don't mean they give me $150 million check as soon as I sign that contract. That means after this 5 years, you would have made $150 million based on this, based on this, based on this, based on this landmark, based on this selling point, based on, like, you have to do something to make that.
Right. But that's where some of the ignorance come in at, though. People don't understand that.
Go ahead.
Let me back up just a little bit. Well, you pointed something out with the distribution of the Kyrie, the content that he put the link out to, right?
Mhm.
Both of y'all in the conversation that y'all just had just illustrated the point that I'm about to make. You have to control the means of production and the systems for you to have the say so. Now, I'm not sure y'all are aware of this, but just a few days ago, there was a petition circulated by, I call them the little hats, for Amazon to remove
Where my banner at?
the documentary that
Trigger
Kyrie tweeted out. It was signed by about 200, mostly of the little hats. Now, in this petition, they were asking for Amazon to remove it. They could. That's all they could do is ask. You can't demand Amazon do shit, which illustrates my point of you can't cancel Amazon. They're too fucking big. Okay, Paul. They're not. Right.
That's like trying to cancel Disney.
Right. They're not going anywhere. All you can do is ask them. Now, there is a such thing as a $1 billion slave. You get paid, but if you stop doing this, this, and this, then you out of there. We're seeing that with Kyrie. We're seeing that with Kanye. You can be very, very rich, but unless you control that system, your own production, Kyrie was like Ice Cube. He had his own basketball team. If Kanye had his own warehouses or production facilities making his own shit, you wouldn't be able to tell him anything. But the cold hard truth is
Westway was trying to tell him 10 years
ago. About to say that.
Do it by yourself, yeah.
He had the answers, but that's not.
You ain't got the answers,
what he wanted to do. Which illustrates my point of unless you have the system, the autonomy, the production, everything is ran by you. As long as you middlemaning and partnership, it's going to be very hard for you to take the stances that you want to take without potentially risking a very public fallout, as we're seeing right now.
My problem with that is the nigga talk like he was already doing that. He was popping his shit like he already had autonomy. He was popping his shit like he already had his own warehouses.
He was. But we see Adidas about to sell his shit up under a different name.
Yeah, under Adidas.
Like, the designs is theirs.
There's gonna be Adidas like why something.
Yeah, which is crazy.
But I would be very sad if people supported that still, because I don't want to buy something that is, wasn't really their baby. Ye really came up with that.
Because it was Kanye.
Yeah, I don't see people really wanting to still do that. But
I think we leaving out a very big component in that.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are not the biggest retailers for Yeezys. It's white kids out here. The same white kids that supported 6ix9ine after he snitched are the same white kids that's going to buy Yeezys when they're the Adidas YZ something or another.
True, but it's not the same. There's a cool factor that Kanye brought to Adidas.
Yeah, I still don't see them wanting to do it neither. Because what is shocking is
if they $100 cheaper, niggas is buying them.
I don't think so.
I really don't. But you know what? The clout chasers will. The clout chasers, just to say they have a pair of Yeezys, will do that. But the people who legit just was buying them because they liked it, the shoe, or they just really was feeling it, they won't. But this is the thing, though. There are a lot of white people who stand with Kanye. He has a lot of white supporters because guess what? He's saying what they're afraid to say. What people don't understand is you cannot speak about the Jewish community, whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, no matter who you are, you cannot speak out about those people because white people usually come and they speak with their bullshit. Now they say everything about us. They can get on TV, march, because this is the thing. They was down there marching with tiki torches, right? They caused all that crap in Charleston, right? But these people weren't labeled as terrorists. They weren't canceled. They were so bold. They didn't even have masks on. They didn't even lose their jobs.
Yeah.
But the moment you say something that the Jewish community feels like is anti-Semitic, you're done. Your ass is grass. So if one of those people had walked down there with tiki torches to the Jewish community center, all of them would have lost their jobs the next day. But as long as you're doing it to black and brown people, it doesn't matter because we're not considered a whole person.
We ain't got no pool.
We don't have no power and we don't have no togetherness because we're the biggest.
The power's in the money.
Our dollar, we spend the most. We spend the most in the country, so we got the money.
All we are is consumers. That's it. As long as you remain a consumer and not a producer, you can get mad all you want. But I know if you need me for the shit that I got, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I know you still got to come over here and get these.
Yeah, that's why H&M ain't canceled. That's why Gucci ain't canceled.
Right.
Like
the coolest monkey, the coolest monkey in the jungle.
Yeah, we have an unlimited.
That was H&M.
Never forget
an unlimited spectrum of things against the BIPOC community. We have an unlimited list of shit that they've done against Black, Indigenous, and people of color. The problem with it is, one, they killed off most of the indigenous people, sent them west, gave them casinos. All right, y'all shut the fuck up. It ain't even enough for y'all to make noise. And then when you get the people of color, it's a wrap. We can't stick together for shit. The only time we want to march is when it's them against us.
Right.
That is it.
We don't even want to march when it's us against us.
Right.
Like, I'm not a big proponent on the black on black crime
narrative.
Because whatever part of the world you live in, there's Asian on Asian murder. There's there's Australian on Australian crime. There's European on European crime. There's African on African crime. Like, the term black on black crime is ridiculous.
That's an American term.
It's perpetuated. They just look like animals.
It's very valid, but the problem with it is we don't take it serious within our community. It's a valid problem that we need to address, but we're so busy arguing with them about it being a racist term. Why y'all always got to say black on black crime? All right, well, even if they stop saying black on black crime, guess what? That nigga still killed that nigga. What you gonna do about it?
You know,
we don't march unless it's white people against us.
Yeah.
Why we can't march against the nigga down the street? Like, we so fucking quick to, and I've said this before on the podcast, we so quick to say free that nigga.
I was
just killed our cousin.
My mouth, Lord, you in my head.
We so quick to say free that nigga instead of, but it's so, not even that. So not do that. But then if a white man come into our community and kill a black man, we talk about stop the violence.
You know why? Right. Because that shows who we really fear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put that in us though.
But you know what? That is so, Everett, that is so crazy that you said that. It really does show who we fear. And it was so crazy because I was watching this, I think it was Phil Donahue, and I was watching an episode with Louis Farrakhan on there. And he said that, he's like, it's so crazy because white people fear us, but we don't have a history of violence against white people. And they have a history of violence against us. And that resonated because it was like, because we're afraid. We're afraid to step up and say, listen, you can't come and hurt us because we're going to do this to you back.
Right.
No, we're not. Because we're afraid of the
consequences.
Right. We're afraid of the consequences. And to also speak to what you were saying about the black on black crime or the crime, let's say the crime within our community committed by others that look like us. I do hate the term black on black crime because white people kill white people for insurance money, you know?
Right.
It happens all the time. This is the thing. $1 million
life insurance policy.
This is the thing. This is my thing. Like, we can't stop the violence in our neighborhood because we're too afraid to speak up against it. Because it's the people who are popular who are out here and they're hypnotizing our younger kids. They out here, they got the rims on the car. They're walking out with the Gucci belts, the grills, the chains. And these are the guys that the young men and the young women look up to. They inspire to be like these guys. And our community is so sickened with labeling the successful black men, young black men, as nerds, as squares. Don't be like him. He's lame. And that's why we haven't gotten anywhere. That's why the crime rate in our community is still so ongoing because too many young Black boys aspire to be like the D-boy or aspire to be like the boy who got the chains. And if you can't get it legitly, now you got to go stick him up for what he got. And
what's so crazy, I seen something the other day, right? I cannot remember who said it.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to put something.
He did cut her off.
It's okay.
We'll cut your ass off.
Because conversation be good, and I don't want to miss my point, so I like interject, and then hey, go ahead.
Finish what you were saying, Allure, please. Before you were so rudely interrupted by Brandon Podfather here. Call him Brandon.
Damn, that's how you gonna do me, Bobby?
No, I'm gonna hurry wrap it up because I was getting long-winded. But what I was just trying to say is basically it has to start in our Black households. We have to teach our children that it's okay to not fit in. It's okay to be different. It's okay if you don't speak slang. I got teased a lot because of how I sounded. We have to teach our young Black kids that if you take something, if you go and break into your neighbor's house, say you go to your neighbor's house, you steal a TV, put up on your wall, you can't sit and be proud of that. You didn't earn that. And people will rob their neighbors in our community and sit and put that TV on their wall or put that stereo system in their house and then bring their friends over and brag about it. If we teach our kids that hard work is the key and us loving each other, then I think we'll have less Black on Black crimes, as you guys say. But that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the point that I was gonna make earlier, can you get around, son? Or
I don't know, that's a wonderful question.
Would you better go take the dog out?
Yeah.
Just come this way and step on the couch.
I was going to step on my part of the couch.
The point that I was gonna make.
It's so ghetto.
Shit, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. These niggas always be picking on me. Oh shit. Nah, we got way off a topic. We are also the Tangent Kings as a group. We are a group. That's one of our group AKAs, the Tangent Kings.
He be doing that.
Who is E? Y'all niggas be going right on them tangents with me.
You take us there though. You start them.
And y'all be going right along with me.
You take us away.
Y'all act like y'all don't enjoy me. Like, pause.
Allura, what were you saying?
She just said she was good.
I finished. I passed the mic.
Yeah. Niggas. We did all that preaching. We did all that preaching.
And then we turn around and call each other the N-word. Y'all crazy.
What's your man's on, E?
Oh, Jesus. Before we go, real quick stuff, right? Is there anything that you won't touch on your podcast?
No, there's not anything I won't touch on.
Nothing off limits. I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm at this point where if you cancel me, I don't give a shit because I won't be silenced. That's the problem with America. We're all
talking about the Russia and Ukraine situation, and we definitely skip right past this shit.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that at all.
We ain't shit. Her podcast dove right into it.
But you know what? I think a lot of when we first started this, we kind of agreed that we were never going to talk about current issues.
We weren't supposed to.
Like we went a good 50 episodes before we start talking about current shit. Like we was just talking.
We didn't want to be dated. Like
yeah, because when you go back and listen to an episode that focuses on current topics, it's time stamped with whatever was going on at that time. Like,
good and a bad thing.
Yeah, like it's good at that moment, but 5 years from now, our current topic episodes are going to sound dated because we were talking about whatever was going on at that time.
Yeah,
like,
but you also have to view it like this, like how I talked about cancel culture. That was almost a year ago. And
look at it, circle back around to it.
Yeah.
And we're still dealing with it. And then in Russia, that's almost a year ago. We're still dealing with that. That's going to be something that's just ongoing. So, you know, but I agree. You have to stick with what's passionate for you guys. And for me, politics is it.
Oh, okay.
Very passionate about that.
We definitely could get into that. What else was the other one? Oh, this is a 2-part question, right? What do you wish you knew about podcasting before you did your first episode? And what do you think is the best thing that you've learned since then?
Oh, let's see. StreamYard for sure. StreamYard, and I don't know. I think what I learned is more so just go with the flow. I think I was kind of really nervous, like my first few podcasts. And the one thing I learned that I didn't think coming into this, I was going to have so many people giving me pushback. But what I learned is that it's just fuel. It's fuel for me to keep pushing. It's fuel for me to keep going, because I know that I'm striking a chord somewhere within someone. They're hearing me. Whether they like it or not, they are hearing me. And one day, the message that I'm trying to get out might just sink in.
Right.
Yeah.
All real shit deserves pushback.
Yeah, true.
I feel like if you don't get no pushback, you're not really talking about nothing.
Right.
If you ain't got nobody hating, then what are you talking about?
You ain't doing it right.
Right.
Somebody gotta hate.
Also, I think I would be not so shy and reach out to more people, interview more people. Because when I first started, I was like nervous to be in people's inbox. Now I just be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Allure. Do you want to come on my show?"
I ain't even gonna hold you. I'll be a whole thought in them damn DMs.
Hey.
Man, I'll be double texting niggas. Nah, did you see my last message playing? I know you seen it. It said you seen it. Go ahead and respond to me. Nah, I'll be thirsty as hell in the DM sometimes. It depends on who it is, though. It depends on who it is, for sure. Because I've definitely hit like some high, like I'm talking about people with like millions of followers. I've hit niggas like, and they look at the message and just skate on through.
I mean, but you only do that to people who you feel like can add actual value to and content to the pod. You ain't gonna just do it for just because a nigga got a blue check or
for sure.
Right.
I did hit I hit Stally the other night.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's the home team.
Yeah, Ohio.
Yeah, that's Ohio.
Ohio. He's been through an interesting transformation in his career.
Yeah, and that's why I want to talk to him about. But he ain't even look at the message. So he probably won't at all.
I get that a lot too. But you know what? I take it as a grain of salt. I'll be like, you know what? This isn't what God wanted me for right now. God has something else for me. That's the journey.
Maybe
right.
I'm gonna hit RJ Payne's DMs.
You know any sex therapists, Allura? I would really like to have a conversation with a sex therapist.
CL knows one. Well, she knows some sex people.
It ain't a mutt thing. I just like. I know.
Just go with the joke.
Yeah, pretty much anything sex related. My girl CL, she could probably help you in that direction.
I know.
I'm more so, yeah.
See,
you ain't got no ass. So. I love you, CL.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh damn.
So I think
need some milk.
I hope her man cuss you out for that.
Something that we all have in common, right? I think that we've all done Uber. Is that correct?
Yep.
Everybody done Uber?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Give me your worst Uber experience, E.
Ooh.
White people.
Damn.
Damn. As a whole?
I picked up 4 or 5 of them.
Damn.
Outside this bar in Northside. They start arguing and all this other shit. I take them to wherever they gotta go. This white dude gets out my car and slams the shit out of my door. Oh, I was on fire. That was my last night. My Uber experience lasted all of 8 weeks.
Damn, that's it?
8 weeks. And it wasn't even consistent. It would just be, all right, I ain't doing nothing.
Is that with the Nissan?
Yeah. Yeah, just put my vehicle history out there, won't you? But
damn.
Yeah.
It's Stop Mobile.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, the new one is definitely the Stop Mobile.
Damn.
But
the new one got more space. That's definitely the Stop Mobile.
Yeah, it was overall at least at the time, I don't know what the compensation is now, but for the money and the experience and the headache that I had to deal with, I just found it wasn't worth it. This ain't worth it. I'm taking motherfuckers to the airport for $20,
$15.
$25. What?
What hours was you? You was doing it during the day.
Yeah, mostly.
That's why you got.
do it at night.
You got to do it at night, G.
But that nighttime is when that bullshit starts. You
Nah.
gotta be somewhere where that surge.
You
shit.
really don't.
Like I said, this was 5-6 years ago. So
That's when I started.
overall, I was like, no, it's not worth it. At least for me. Fuck that shit. Drunk people ain't talking to death. And
I got a
just goofy shit. Like it's too late to be dealing with this. Like I'm better than this.
I'm better than that.
I'm driving
He
these
too
people
good
on-
for this shit.
Yeah,
So
I'm too good for Uber.
you say you too good for
He
Uber?
good for side money.
Talk about ever.
yeah. Yep. I'll make do another way. I am better.
Wait. Are you saying you too good to ride in the Uber?
No, we was doing.
He
Eric,
say he too good to drive it.
Oh, okay.
The shit that I had to deal with, and some of those people. Like I'm better than these people. Nah.
I think it's harder for men to do rideshare. It's easier for women as far as money wise. Because for me, I did do Uber and Lyft for a while. It's just like when you do Lyft, like you have to, or Uber, you have to make sure your hair is did, your makeup's done, you smell super good, you gotta show a little skin. Unfortunately, and that's how we like. You gotta make your money. You're making tips, but most of my male friends, like Dennis talks about this on the channel. Like he's like, girl, what I make. He has to work full 12 hours. I can get online, make $500 in like 4 or 5 hours. Wow. And he has to do like 12 hours. Cause like I told him, I was like, I didn't work 3 days a week, and I done made like $1,200. And he's just like, see, that's because you're a woman. And I'm like, God, Lee, dang, it's really hard out here for the men.
it's hard out here for a pimp.
Hard out
We
here.
can't just drive with our dick out.
I hope not.
I mean,
It don't work the same way.
in the middle of the night, you can actually get that off. What's your worst? What's your worst Uber experience, Allura?
Me picking up a husband and wife couple, and the guy is like talking to me.
You want to come home with us?
No, it wasn't like that. The wife, like he was just mad drunk, but the questions, like he would ask me, like, I hate talking in my Uber. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just want to ride in silence and get you there. But when they talk, you have to engage. And he's just like talking politics, and I don't want to talk politics with him. And then he's like, what are you, a Democrat or a Republican? I'm like, I'm an independent, And he's like, oh, you need to be a Democrat. And I'm like, in my head, like, why? Because I'm black. And then I'm just like, I'm like, okay, let's get off this subject. His wife can see I'm uncomfortable. She says, she don't want to talk about that. And then he's like, oh, you got kids? I'm like, yeah, I got 7. He's like, oh, you must got some fire. And I'm just like,
wow.
Okay. Now I don't want to talk no more because now I'm mad because I'm like, oh, are you serious? Like, that's really? And your wife's next to you? And I'm looking at her in the mirror like, bro, you ain't going to say nothing? You're okay with this?
Nope.
And then I get them to their destination and he acts like he's trying to thank me. And then he reaches like through like the back seat as he's getting out and touching my, my bosom. And
You got your what?
my bosom. And I wanted to kill him.
I thought you said pussy.
Oh
Oh no.
You grabbed that far?
grab her by the pussy.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I had to ask.
Listen.
She would have
I
killed
wanted
that
to kill that man. I cried because I told my husband I felt so violated.
Yeah, that's the end of my night right there.
I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know how to act. I'm like, and they Caucasian. If I act like a whole nigger out here right now, I'm going to jail. So I had to, deal with that. And I was like, but since then I haven't drove. He was the reason why I stopped driving.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
My worst experience. So I had a couple of them. I'll give you my 2 worst. One, it was like New Year's Eve, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get some money tonight. I'll just go downtown to the banks, just post up there. You know what I mean? Drop all the drunk white people home because they be out in Westchester and shit. You know what I mean?
That's easy, $30-$40 a trip.
A trip, right?
Trip.
So anyway, my first trip of the night, I get down there. I get this group of like 4 people. No, Yeah, 4 people. It's 3 guys in the back seat and the girl in the front next to me. So we driving or whatever, and they talking and laughing and all that other shit. And then all of a sudden, the girl stops talking. She just like suddenly stops talking. And one of the guy friends like, "Hey, yo, you all right?" I look at her, I'll say, "Oh, you good? You all right?" She just blank face, don't say nothing, just
Exorcist shit.
Man, it didn't get on me, but it was all over the seat. It was all over the seat belt, like it was everywhere. And I got and it was cold. It was like freezing cold. It was like single digits outside. So the vomit instantly like froze to the seat belt.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was bad.
You
So I
bad?
got them to work, huh?
You don't bad. Got your fries in it.
Yeah, I'm done with that. So we were like right there. I got them where they needed to go or whatever. And the guys was like, hold on, man, just hold on real quick. We'll help you clean it up. And I still reported it to Lyft, and they gave me $150 for it. So, but that was the end of my night. And my first ride was my last ride. Like, I made $150, but how I have to do it though. My second one, it was this white guy. I pick him up. He gets in my car. He say, "Oh shit, I know you know where the good shit at. Where the fire at? Where the cocaine at?" I put his ass right out my car and ended my night.
Yo!
He said, "You black, I know you know where the drugs at. Where the cocaine at? Get the fuck out of my car."
Nah, for real. Definitely get out of my car.
Right. Or they'll try to, or like the males, they'll be like, "Oh, you might as well just end. I'll go ahead and give you $150 right now. You just come kick with me." Like, excuse my language. Bitch, you think I'm a prostitute? Get the fuck out. Like, period. And that's what you have to deal with being a woman. And yeah, my husband's like,
my worst one was a combination of Shorty thought that we was on a bang bus, and she thought that
you should have went.
I was 50.
What?
She thought I was 50.
50?
She thought you was 50?
50 years
like
old.
50 Cent or 50?
50 years old.
50 years old. You thought he was an old ass man.
Yeah. So
that's fucked up. You look old as shit.
I don't. That's the fucked up part.
I don't know.
So it was a little young girl, right?
He needs some milk.
It was a little young girl. She got in the car. It's like 2:00 in the morning, right? We driving up the street. She lived like 25 minutes away. So I'm like, all right. And it's surge. And it was one of those surges where it was like an event going on.
Oh shit.
So it was like $10 just to get in the car.
Damn.
And then I got like 25, 30 on the back end of that. And she tipped me by the end of the night. You know, sometimes like my tips don't come in to the next morning. Because they're in that shit and not paying no attention. So I think total that night, or just her, I think total I made like $70 because she tipped me good as fuck by the time she got out the car after all the bullshit she put me through.
Damn.
So she get the car. She in the back seat. I'm a talker, right? I've always been a talker. That, you know what I'm saying? I hold a conversation with anybody. So she get in the car and we talking and we chilling and she just asking questions and, you know what I'm saying? We having just a decent normal conversation, right? So especially in the middle of the night, 2:00 in the morning, you can't really see in your mirrors.
Right.
So I'm looking, I can kind of see her head, but really that's it, right? So we end up hitting traffic because of whatever event was going on. I look in the back seat. Shorty ain't got no pants on. She in the back with one leg like up on the seat and the other leg right here, like playing with herself while she's talking to me.
You should have went.
I'm not risking my marriage for that.
Or jail time.
Right. So I'm like,
nah. If she in the back seat,
you don't know when she doing stuff like that. She probably got all types of stuff.
She wanted you to see. She with it.
She definitely wanted me to see, but she didn't call attention to it. Because I swear to God, I don't know how long she was doing it, bro. Like we was having a normal conversation.
Let me ask you guys a question because I want to know I want to know if you guys think like women. So for me, that's like a red flag. Like if I see a guy who is like always in a woman's face or doing something too extra, talking about sex too much, my mind automatically thinks like he has STD or he has HIV.
That's a girl thing.
It's a girl thing. So you guys don't her doing that. You don't think about who else car she's done that in, or
no.
Really?
If I'm a go, I'm a go because as a man, we don't get that sexual openness from women as often as y'all do.
Fuck all that. Okay, half of it is like, yeah, I know I'm handsome.
He said, look, speak for yourself.
I know I'm handsome. That's what she's supposed to do.
Damn.
But the other half is like, this could be a setup, and it's like, it's like it could be a little setup-y. So it's a judgment call. It's like
he's single. Don't listen to that nigga.
I don't know.
And he got all the hoes.
Yeah.
I am a church.
You don't
Christian.
get.
He called him Reverend Do Wrong for a reason. You heard one of his AKAs. He say, "I get the mother and the daughter."
I mean, it's just a figure of speech. Go to church. I take him to church.
Have you seen his eyes? They're like hazel.
Have you seen his calves?
I don't trust those hazel eye men.
He got amazing calves.
Look at the beard. The beard butter.
The beard says it all.
Hey,
the beard and the waves. Take the hat off,
take the hat off, E.
Show the waves off.
Show the waves off. Show the willies.
Pause.
Oh, see, those are things that impress just I ain't gonna say regular women. Like I want to hear you talk. That's what's gonna get me going. For me, I need to hear your intellect and how you think. I don't really care too much about appearances. You know, you have to be, you gotta be clean. Of course, clean. But looks is that don't matter. Can I hold a conversation with you?
Thank you.
Can we make money together? Those are the things I worry about.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, back to my point. Like Everett is a single man. In my mind, as a married man, right?
Oh,
you stupid. As a married man, when women hit on me, right? There's never like that. It's not often that there's a sexual undertone to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said.
Yeah, I get that.
You said, you know what I'm saying? I want to know your goals, or I want to have a conversation with you, or you know what I'm saying? Women need to be stimulated mentally more often than not. Where men, we want to be stimulated physically. Nope. So like the older you get, the more it changes. But if you were to see a woman that was sexually ambiguous, like I still agree with what he said. It could be a half and half thing. It could be a setup. It could just be like I'm the shit. Like every man thinks he the shit.
That's true.
So every time a man sees a woman acting overly sexual to her, half of his brain will be like, nah, nigga, that's what you know what I'm saying. Look at me. Like that's what you're supposed to be doing. But in a logical mind, it's like, nah, this is not normal because women don't normally naturally do that.
Right.
So
only really ugly women.
Yeah, you stupid as hell.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. The facially
offensive.
Facially
challenged.
Yeah.
What? You wouldn't date a woman who is not the prettiest?
What'd you say, sweetie?
You wouldn't date someone who isn't like the prettiest? Like she was mid, as my son says, mid.
I love a mid. I love a mid girl.
Recreation.
So that's a no.
Said date, no.
That's a no.
Wow.
Recreation.
Wow.
You don't like a medium ugly girl?
No.
So they work harder.
So you want a baddie?
No, not that either. I have to find you appealing. Like you can't just,
Well, she might not be medium ugly to you.
Yeah.
I know what I like. It just.
She could be medium ugly to everybody else. She might be beautiful.
I mean, well, that's your thing.
ever picky.
I have to want to see you and want to look at your face.
I have to want to see
I get
you.
it.
What
I
recreation?
get it.
Whoever wants to do, Brandon.
I
wanna
guess
talk
women.
to
I guess
everyone
women.
wanna look at women.
Women, we think differently. Like I've dated some guys who weren't the most attractive, but they were the most passionate people I've ever just kind of experienced, and just being around them, just talking to them, it was like, okay, I can get past the looks. And then they grew on me. Like it wasn't no more like, okay, that nigga ugly. It was okay, I like him. I grew to stop looking, because I had this bad habit of, I dated nothing but light-skinned men, pretty eyes, pretty hair, and I was just like, man, they spending more time in the mirror than me. We're fighting over hair gel. Like, no, I can't do that. So my mom was just like, girl, you so vain. She's like, maybe the love of your life is just an average looking person, or maybe you need to get out of self, and maybe when you get out of self you can actually see others around you. And so I started doing that, because I'm not acting like I'm a 10 or nothing, but I mean, if you're not a 10, you're still you have vanity. We all think we're something on some type of scale, right? And the moment I started perceiving people for their inner beauty, it was the more I had good dealings and good relationships, where these relationships, even though they ended, it didn't end in hate. We're still friends to this day. I can call them up and be like, hey, listen, I need like a band. I can literally call and ask for a band and get a band, and it was just, I that was just like a learning curve for me. And I think my brother's kind of learning that, because Lord, now
Bean say I gotta be the baddest bitch in the relationship.
Hey, what's up, Ben?
What's up?
Damn.
I knew she was watching. What's up, Bean?
Facts.
That's our unofficial manager.
Right. Our official number one fan, our unofficial manager.
Oh, so Podfather, I actually have a question for you. So
I'm with it.
how do you know when someone's flirting with you, being that you're married? Because when you've been married for so long, like you be in the store, like I be in the store and someone's like having a conversation with me. My husband's like, they're flirting with you, and I'd be like, where? Like, do you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't realize someone's flirting with you?
All the time.
Yeah, okay. I figured.
Mostly because I think me and you kind of share a lot of the same characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a talker.
Right.
So people holding conversations with me, I'm just holding a conversation.
Yes.
So by the time I'm done, and my wife will look at me and she was like, so you just gonna flirt with that bitch? I was like, I was flirting? Like, I thought I was just talking.
Right.
Like, I didn't know she was flirting with me. So yeah, I get into a lot of conversations like that, especially at restaurants. Not as much in like not grocery stores, but like retail stores and stuff like that. Not as much. But I've definitely got it from like cashiers. I've got it from waitresses.
They gave it to you.
I've definitely had to have that conversation on the ride home before.
Wow.
Like, the girl was flirting with you. I was like, damn, was she? Like, I don't know. My radar is off.
Right. I learned now when someone speaks to me, I'll hurry up and look to the ground, be like, okay, how you doing? I'm not giving no eye contact. I'm not trying to have more than a 3-second conversation. I am moving it along. So that's what I learned to do.
I thought about it, but I mean, it's never interfered in our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just a quick conversation. Hey, that girl was flirting with you. I'm like, oh damn, was she? I ain't paying no attention. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And then it'd be kind of over after that.
Yeah, I think that's more so for me though, because I feel like I do talk a lot, and I feel like you said, like when you love to converse, it makes your spouse feel like, oh, you definitely flirting back, when you just like, oh my God, somebody else is talking to me. Because sometimes when your spouse, they look at you every day, they're with you every day, so they don't want to hear shit you're saying, because you done probably told them the same story a million times. Yep. So when you get out and you hear someone else talking and it's something that you're interested in, and then y'all start connecting, like, oh yeah, cool. Like it's not necessarily flirting. I don't want to run off with this person. It's just I'm having fun.
About anime or sports or
right
superhero. Like, it's a couple things where it's like, oh nah, we talking now.
Right.
We about to be talking for a little bit.
Right. And it's fun to find other people who are into the things that you're into because it is a rarity. It really is.
Yeah,
And
me and Bobby actually, I think on Blurred's 1, we talked about that. About when we were younger, especially as black men, like how weird it was growing up being nerds. Because in the black community, we were looked at as nerds. Like, nah, y'all ain't cool. Y'all stay over there with the white people and the emos and the, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay over there. So we both kind of grew up with that kind of outsider mentality.
Yeah, I did so.
And then by the time you grow older and like now it's super accepted and everybody loves it. And it's like, well, damn, where the fuck was y'all at when niggas was calling me weird for watching Dragon Ball Z? And you know, niggas was calling me weird for running like Naruto when I was fucking 10, 11 years old. Like,
right. And it was hard for me to actually date because not to sound, you know, offensive, but you know, like the black men that I wanted to date, that I was weird. Like, it's like, nah, you childish. You like to watch anime. Like they just weren't into me because it was like, so I always drew in, you know, the people who match my energy, like the, you know, the nerdier guys. Like that's why I always dated kind of like the nerdier dudes. And never really ever had experience with like a thug per se. Once. And my mama told me, girl, that is not something that you're ready for. And that's not really
exist when we were younger. Like there weren't black girl nerds when I was younger. Like there were no girl nerds at my school. Like the nerds that there were white girls.
Right.
Like there were no nerdy black girls when I was younger.
Right. Like most of the kids I hung out with were the Gothic kids.
Yeah. The Gothic kids was lit though.
They were. Lit. Wait, you're from Youngstown, so maybe you know Seth, Chris.
Oh no, I'm from down here. I'm from Cincinnati.
Oh, you from down here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are from Cincinnati.
Listen, these Gothic kids lived in the hood, okay? They lived off of Avondale on the south side of Youngstown, and they threw the best parties. The best. Like, they would be out there doing some crazy stuff, like, for real. And I mean, I hung out with the troublemakers in the neighborhood, too. I did. I started because my cousins, I'm the white cousin of the family. That's what they call me, the white cousin. So
it's hard. They call me the white person in my relationship.
Yeah, like when I met my mom's side of the family, like the way, because my aunt and uncle raised me. So like when I met my mom and them, I talked weird to them. Like, so there's days where you would hear me switch tones.
Your words.
Right. So there's days like I switch tones. Like right now, like I'll be like, sound black for a second.
Sound black.
Right? Let me put my black voice on. I think that's my black voice right here. I think this is my black voice. So yes. So I had to get like deep in my voice a little bit and talk like them, because if I didn't, like, I would get beat up. Like my cousins beat me up so much, and so I actually was just like, because I could fight other people in the streets, but I couldn't beat my cousins. It's like my aunt told me, like, that's a whole different breed, girl.
Code switching. We covered that. We covered that a few months ago. Code switching. Like if you grew up as a nerd, especially as a black nerd, if you grew up as a nerd, you learned how to code switch. Like you grew up watching anime and all that good shit, and you know what I'm saying, speaking with punctuality and all that, and then you get a taste of the hood, and you be like, oh, these niggas might kill me if I don't talk like them. Mm-hmm. So we try to fit in with them, and then it's like, all right, now I know all the slang. Now I know how to do this. Now I know the secret handshakes, and you know what I'm saying? Like you make that, that's a good word. You make that adaptation so young, you don't even realize that you're kind of shutting off a part of yourself to be, one, to survive, and two, to be accepted by a group that don't really give a fuck about you.
Right.
Like if you were just being you, they wouldn't even talk to you.
Right.
Well, you might have got beat up a couple times, but they wouldn't even talk to you if you didn't try to mimic what they were doing.
Right.
So
it was so crazy because B Bass, my co-host, I met him at summer camp. We were in summer camp.
This one time at summer camp?
Yeah. like I met him in summer camp, and we had a blast together. And my aunt and uncle sold our duplexes. We owned a duplex. They sold it, bought a house on Ravenwood in Youngstown, Ohio. They bought this house for $1, y'all. And let me tell you, flipped the house.
I need one of them houses.
Yes, back in the day, they bought the house for $1. If you see the house now, you'd be like, wow. And when we moved into that neighborhood, all the kids on the block thought we were rich. That's like, oh my God, y'all got the Batmobile, because we had like a Trans Am. I think it was like a 93 Trans Am, got it from the Pontiac dealership. And they were like, oh my God, y'all must be rich. And I'm like, nah, we ain't rich, bruh. Like, we live in average. But then I didn't understand the kind of the struggles around me in that community, like that I had just moved to. And so I had to adjust really quickly, because like my first week at that school, they jumped me. And then I came home, my aunt was like, oh, really? It's not the family you come from. You better draw that with out of you. And so I went back to school. Man, I caught all those women. I ain't gonna use the B word. I'm trying to use the B word. I'm trying to
be better.
Right. I caught all those women 1-on-1, and that's when I realized, oh, I could fight.
Yeah. That's when you find out too. When you actually
that's when you find out. Like, oh, okay, I didn't know I had this.
It's either when you gotta get your get back or when you get jumped. That's the one thing. Sometimes you find out you fight.
I got jumped by the whole class, y'all. I ain't lying. I'm not. When I tell you the whole class jumped me, Oh and
yeah, I gotta fight you there.
But you know what? It was partly my fault, though. It was partly my fault, because when these dudes, when I came, was trying to crack jokes, and I had realized, like, I let me tell you, anybody who know me, I used to flame back in the day. Like, you come for me, I'm gonna flame you. And I flamed him, not realizing half the class was his cousins, and the other half was his neighbors, and they just jumped my ass up.
Yeah, they got their get backs, and now you can't get that up.
I caught all of them 1-on-1. I caught him, caught his brothers, caught his cousins, caught his girlfriend. I caught all of them. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. I like that.
And then I gained the rep.
I like that energy.
She got the hands.
Go catch these hands.
So I think we got a few more for you, right? So I got y'all figure out what y'all want to ask her. I got something I want to ask, and I'm gonna start asking all the women this. Actually, I got 2, right? Really 3. Where do you stand on women being treated equally, paid equally, feminism, that whole thing? 2, depending on your answer, do you want to be a princess or do you want to be treated equally? And then 3, do you think that women can objectively differentiate between attention from a man that thinks she's sexy and attention from a man that will be willing to marry her?
Ooh, let me start with 3, just because that's what you asked last. 3, yes. Women can differentiate. I can't enunciate today. And I've been drinking, so I'm tipsy. Okay. Okay, because I normally be drinking. I'm trying to keep it together, y'all. Yes, women can. But most of the time they're blind. They're blind, and they choose to be blind on purpose. Most women, they stay in relationships that they know is not going anywhere because of the hopes of they can change that person. This person has potential, or if I love this person enough, they'll love me enough to marry me. But if it isn't within that person to marry, or marriage isn't something that they believe in, there's no change in their mind. So men often tell us what they want. Always. You all always tell us what you want. It's just whether we listen or not. The thing is, we're always listening, but we're not actively listening. So we hear it, but then we drown it out.
So y'all hear, but y'all hear us, but y'all ain't listening to what we're saying.
Yeah, because it's the thought process, and women don't want to admit this. And women be coming for me, man. They be coming for me.
But you know what? We like accountability on this podcast. So
yeah, but I'm guilty of it. I had a relationship. That one thug I dated, my mama told me it was not for me. I knew that he was not the type of person who could be in a relationship with me. You know, I was very different from the type of women that he talked to. I knew what he liked it. And I believe that if I can act that way, that it would make him want me more. But it didn't, because he knew that wasn't me. He knew I was putting on a show. I was wearing a mask for him. And at the end of the day, if he was going to be in anything with me, I was going to have to take that mask off at night. And then who was I going to be? I was going to have to be me. And that's not who we wanted. Yeah. And women, we ignore that. So I had to learn that after my cousin beat him up. So I don't quit. No, I really did. That was the first relationship where I learned to read men. And thankfully, I wasn't like in love or nothing. You know, I've only been in love once in my life. Thank God. And I married the love of my life. Yeah, I married the love of my life.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And but do I want to be treated like a princess, or do I want equality?
Your answer to this really kind of answers the first question too, so you can go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I want to be treated like a princess. I'm a traditional. So guys, I literally don't have to really work. I haven't really worked a job in I don't know how many years. Like, my husband's the main provider. When I do Lyft or DoorDash or something like that, it is for like my hair, extra stuff I want to do. If I want to do something with my girls and I just want to blow a check, that's when I get out there and earn a little bit of change. And so with that, I believe in playing my position, and my position is to make sure that he's accommodated. So I know I'm telling you, man, my girl's been on my case. But
keep them honest. Honest.
When my husband comes home, I like to have dinner done. I cook, I clean. If he tells me there's something that he doesn't like, I'm gonna hear him out. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say obey, but I always listen. But I listen to his feelings on things, and I take it into consideration. And I always like to come to like a middle ground with him. You know.
So you don't obey, but you're compliant.
Yes, I'm compliant because I have to realize it's not just me in the relationship, and in order to keep this relationship going, you have to sacrifice, and sometimes you have to sacrifice self. Often we bring pride into the relationship, outside pride. And what I mean by outside pride is the pride of our former selves and how we connected ourselves before we were married or in a committed relationship. And often, sometimes that still rises, and I have to check myself, and I'm like, girl, it's not just you anymore. Because sometimes he be saying something to me, like, I remember one time he's like, girl, if you don't just do it. And I looked at him like,
who the fuck you talking to?
He's talking to me? He's like, hey, me? Nah, he ain't talking to me. And then I check myself real quick, and I'm like, okay, girl, that man does everything that you ask. Get your behind up. Go do this, because he deserves that, you know. And it's not always peaches and creams. I tell people that, like, marriage is work. There are days where we might not talk. There's days where, I might be mad at him. He might be mad at me. We have disagreements, but in the midst of those disagreements, I give him his space. He gives me my space. And that gives us time to calm down. That gives me time to say, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but I need you to understand where I'm coming from too. And this is where we make our compromises. And that's how we've been able to be together for so long.
How long have y'all been together? You said 16 years?
16 years. We've been married
16 or together 16?
Together 16. We've been married for 8. Next year it'll be 9 years.
Going on.
You know, we are each other's first love.
Yeah, I'm going on 15 together in January, 10 married in April.
9 married.
No, I was talking about me. My bad.
Oh, you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll be at 15 and 10 next year.
Wow, congratulations. So but you understand firsthand, like, it's compromise, it's work. It's not always pretty.
It's not. It actually brings me to another topic, really. I know we kind of jumping all over the place here.
It's us. We be on the tangents.
This is the No Jumper podcast.
This is the Tangent Podcast. This is what I told you. We should have renamed this shit.
Did you answer the other question, or was it like
It was kind of intertwined with the do you want to be treated like a princess or do you want equality? Because you can't have both.
Yeah, you can't have both.
You can't
really
be equal and you're treated like a princess.
Yeah, you can't. Like, and that is so crazy because you have all these women who.
Oh shit! It's Luna's and Yuckmouth.
Yeah, it's the same people.
Yuckmouth and Luna's the same thing.
Yeah, it's a duo.
I didn't know that. I never knew there was a duo.
Y'all ain't hear me talking about.
I got 500 as two niggas.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
You know that?
I didn't know that.
He ain't know that, Allure.
I was born in the late
young.
80s.
He young,
I was
so
born in the
you
late 80s. So
you gotta forget him. He young.
yeah, I know the song. I know their big song, but I never knew it was two niggas.
Oh, bro, wow.
Anyway.
Wow,
Yeah. But what I was saying was equality and princess don't go together, and that's but I'm gonna have to say this to you men out here. You guys have to stop treating these women with the princess tiara relationship things, and then you guys expect things from them. Because if you're gonna treat this woman like a princess and then you get mad because she's not gonna cook and clean and do these things, because men, they often get into these relationship with the girls that they call the baddies, right? And then they get later on, like 2 years into the relationship, they want this woman to perform. They want her to cook their lunch. They want her to cook dinner. They don't want fast food all the time. And it's just like, men, you guys have to stop getting into these relationships and expecting that you're going to get quality when you already say you're going to treat her like a princess. You can't set her up and say, I'm going to give and not expect anything in return. And then the moment you start expecting something in return, she's declining. And that's like,
what's that line?
I forgot.
You have a woman, a modern woman expecting traditional values.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to stop drinking.
And it's actually funny because that's kind of how me and my wife's relationship is. Like, we're both more on the modern side of things. She works, I work. She cleans, I clean. Like, I'm more of the cook than she is. I ain't even gonna say more of. I'm the fucking cook of the house.
Like, that must be nice.
I'm the cook, so
that must be nice.
Any time of day, like when we first started this podcast, we would have our staff meetings in the middle of the week before we recorded. 95% of the time, I was cooking when I talked to this man.
Yeah. He was being Mr. Mom.
Like, I was cooking.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, kiss the cook type shit. He did one episode. He was outside grilling.
Oh no, I did do an episode grilling.
Wow, that's dope. My husband cooked for me one time.
That was 4th of July. That was our 4th of July podcast. If you go back and watch that, I was grilling.
I'm actually gonna watch some episodes tonight.
You ain't. No, boy. I'm not straight.
I'm a woman of my word. That's one thing I am. Anybody who knows me knows I stand on my word. I'm a woman
Bobby,
of my word.
you are the historian on the podcast. What episode should she go listen to or watch? Off the top of your head. You should definitely go back and listen to episode 6. That's where I cried on.
Okay, I'm texting that to myself.
Episode 6 was Thick Roaches.
What episode did I cry? I thought that's what I cried on.
Episode 7 or 8. No, it was like episode 8.
I don't even know the name of that.
Listen to watch episode 50.
That was our first StreamYard episode. We did that with no, that wasn't the battle episode, was it?
No, I think that was 49. 49. Listen to episode 44, Bad Bitch. We laughed so hard at that episode.
44?
Oh yeah.
Everett is a bad bitch. That's what that episode is called.
That was a good one.
Bad bitch.
That was a good episode.
That was a fact.
I know that we've been going for a long time, but I if you don't mind, I have questions for Everett and Bobby.
Y'all go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So
Everett,
you can interview us whenever you feel like it.
Right.
So if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Which one?
Everett?
I'm 37.
You're 37? Okay. Why are you single?
It's a choice at this point, and I'm single because I've realized the value of my commitment, and I'm not so in a rush or eager to give it away. I know what comes with it and the value that I place upon it. So kind of like, and plus these days I just don't have to be in a relationship. And
Mhm.
I enjoy my freedom.
So your time. So you want more time to yourself to explore you?
Absolutely. And at one point I was like super busy.
That nigga didn't explore every inch of his body.
Right.
This single was.
Um, I enjoy it. I mean, I spent altogether about 13 years in relationships, and
I get that.
It's like woo, the
Yeah,
amount of
fuck that.
work in sacrifice, like y'all said, sacrifice, the commitment, the shit that comes along with it. It's I'm amazed that I did it for so long, and now I'm just kind of like,
I don't want to know more.
at this point in my life, I don't know, man. It would take a lot for me to actually do that.
I couldn't help it.
I actually really respect that.
Yeah. And also, most women ain't shit these days. So
damn.
Nah, facts. Nah, for real. Nah, for real.
Nah, he ain't lying though.
Nah, women ain't shit.
Maybe you guys gotta explore out of your area, like
for example, what? Like what, for example?
So I think that sometimes where we reside, we see so much of the same type of woman because they're in that environment. So when you're in the same environment, you're gonna influence each other. If this chick see her dressing this type of way and acting this type of way, the next chick gonna act that type of way because they didn't create a trend in that neighborhood or in that area. So you might have to travel beyond and see how in other states how women conduct themselves. Like women down here in the South, they're known as Southern Belles. Now in Charlotte, they're a little ratchet. I'm not gonna lie, but in smaller cities, you are gonna find you a traditional woman. You just have to know where to look. Good women are out here, just like good men are out here. Because I hear women say all the time, men ain't shit, especially black men. And I be telling them all the time, like, no, it's your environment. It's the black men that's in your environment. Those men may not be shit, but there are a lot of great black men.
Interracial dating?
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Wait, she ain't done.
My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, look at it. She has something to say to Bobby. Go ahead, sweetie.
Yeah. So that I forget, y'all. Be getting off track. But no. So it's just really because everyone thinks differently depending on where you're at, and everyone. Say if I don't know where you live, maybe in your particular area, the education system's really, really horrible. So the women around you may be ignorant and they may think it is cute to throw that ass back all the time. That's not cute. But then you may travel to a different city where a young lady understands that education is first. She understands that she needs to get this degree so that she could provide for herself and one day raise a family. Because in the South, most of these women, they're going after education first, family, and then anything that comes after that. Yeah, so I don't want you to give up on hope and love, but I do understand that. I did say, like, if the worst ever happened and me and my husband separated, I would take some years off. I don't even think I would remarry right away. I know I wouldn't. And I would want to find me. So what you're doing is actually kind of healthy because you're discovering you. You're going to understand what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept, and what you can bring to a relationship and how you can help add value to that relationship. Because what people fail to realize when we get into relationships, it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. Like, I want to be able to give you more than what you had yesterday, as you should do for me. And when we're able to build each other up, then we can actually build an empire. Then we can actually understand each other when we have taken the time to understand ourselves.
So look at her spitting these bars.
Nah, I like her.
Spitting these bars.
I like her.
I love her. Also, one of my things is I always catch flack for this is because I feel like also another thing is relationships for women are mostly security and protection. For men, they're largely responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can disagree. I mean, it's you embrace your role, but it's like let's just say I'm enjoying my time in these streets right now.
Give her your 4 characteristics.
Now, when I'm ready to get back on the sidewalk,
you meet the one. I'm telling you, and she gonna bop you. She gonna bop you right over the head. It's gonna be a total surprise.
Ask E his 4 characteristics for a woman he would date.
What?
His 4 characteristics for a woman he would date.
What are they?
The woman that I preside over, she must be feminine, submissive, cooperative, and compliant.
I will agree with that though. Like I feel like
it ain't work, Brandon. You was trying to trigger her.
No, I wasn't triggering her. I just like when he says it because I like when he says it because it's not bullshit.
It's
That's
not
the embodiment of a traditional woman.
It is.
It's not an abundance of traditional women walking around. So when he says it, it sounds crazy in these new eras and times. That's not crazy for a man to want in a woman.
Yeah, it's not, but it's so sad because these young women, they don't want that because you have, I hate to sound this way because I sound like Candace Owens when I say it. You have women like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. They're making these girls see that it's easy to get money. It's easy to get attention if you just take your body and what's that Players Club line? I think it's use what you got to get what you want. And so when you're doing that and you're throwing out all morality, you're throwing out all your morals. Granny taught us to cover up. Granny taught us what's done in it. Be a lady in the street. You know what? You know. And women nowadays, they don't have to abide by that because there's so many men. There's so many men who are okay with, you might be the guy who want a traditional woman, but there's so many men okay with these women not being traditional. They're okay with just wifing up women who aren't going to be about family. They're going to be selfish. They're not going to want to add anything to a relationship. They're going to want to take because they don't want to work hard. You know, and it's okay if you get a woman and you make her a housewife, but in making her a housewife, make sure that she's strapped, make sure that she's armed, at least with education. Like I told my husband, like, I don't have to work, but I have my education. I'm in respiratory therapy. I have other degrees because what if the worst happens to him? I need to be able to get out there and still manage this family. You know, it's okay to, you know, want to have the traditions, but still strap her up with some education. But again, you have to hold men, these rappers and these female rappers accountable to the destruction of the traditional woman, because it is taught that you no longer have to be, you know, a creature of what's the word I'm looking for? Virtue. You no longer have to have virtue. We have women online, Muslim women selling it. Not, I'm not gonna say Muslim, God forgive me. Women online. It was just one woman who was Muslim who particularly did that. I'm not gonna say Muslim woman. It was just one woman selling her virginity. It's like, where do we do that at? You know, it's okay. And then like we have so many mothers. Like I go to my kids' school. Young girls, eyelashes, like this young girl in school, is high school. She's like 14. She has no bra on. Her shorts are all the way up in her behind. Her hair weave is down to her butt crack. And it's just like, so this is where we're starting them off from. And then you have the women on Facebook yelling, well, that's my kid. And if she want to do this, I'm gonna let her do it. But then when your daughter can't find a mate and you have to pick up the slack if she has a child out of wedlock, you're yelling and you're upset because wow, now I gotta play the role that a man should be playing in her life, you know? And I'm not gonna blame it on all the parents because these damn kids don't listen nowadays at all.
Facts.
But we still have to train them. If you don't train them, then how would they know how to conduct themselves? You know, in the good book, it says, teach them in the ways, and even if they sway, they're gonna always remember. So I mean, if you teach your kids this, one day it's going to register to them, because everyone has that aha moment. This is not how I should be carrying myself. But everybody wants the BBLs. Everybody wants the tummy tucks. Like I tell people, like, you don't get all this food for. I don't give it.
Nah, for real. For real.
Get all this food.
Give me all that shit.
All of it.
That shit is a head rest, baby.
Okay, Brandon.
But I have faith in our women, though. It's just like with the trends. I think that it's starting to catch on again. I think his name is Lil Baby. He said it best. He says,
"She don't know who Lil Baby is."
Yeah, I think that's his name, Lil Baby. He said, he's tired of the women with the BBLs because everybody's bodies looks the same. Women are going to start catching on that there's no uniqueness. It used to be a thing of uniqueness with women. Now all of them are built like freaking Space Jam shoes and, box cutter. I don't know. Like they just all built the same. And it's like, give me some unique.
Like built like monsters.
Yes, Monstars. I didn't think of it. I knew it was on Space Jam. But you know what I mean.
No, that's a clip. We clipping that. They built like monsters.
Right. I mean, and I think just black men.
That's definitely the bad bitch story.
And I'm gonna shut up after this. Black men actually telling black women they're beautiful with all their flaws and as they are, because black women only do this because we think. I'm not gonna say me, but they think this is what black men want. But I had to learn. Like my husband told me, it's like, girl, you don't be needing no makeup. I'm like, well, babe, what my makeup look like right now? He's like, to be honest, I don't like it. Take it off. I'm like, bruh. He's like, nah. Like,
it's so funny. There's a lot of men that are out here telling women that they don't need makeup, and they be like, "Oh, well, I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I think it enhances my beauty." But then you find a man, and the man be like, "Well, I don't like makeup," and they be like, "Well, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me." Like I think a lot of women in today's culture don't understand that they're doing shit for men attention. In the same way, vice versa. I think men do a lot of shit for women attention, but I think women are more oblivious to it.
We are.
Like they try to act like they're not doing it for male attention.
Yeah.
Like, baby, you didn't get a BBL
for yourself.
You didn't
BBL definitely not for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't wear makeup for you everything that a woman does, especially a single woman. Everything that a woman does is to attract a mate. It's primal.
Yeah,
like this isn't a thought out process. Like it's primal. I want to attract a mate. So what are women looking for? Okay, women. I mean, right now it's winter, so they're looking for the big boys. So what's up? But
wait.
I'm talking shit. No, I'm not risking my marriage, Bobby.
Like to keep the lie going.
Yeah, you got.
Listen, I'll be the first one to say I lost weight because I couldn't get bitches. Okay, I knew I couldn't be out here fat and trying to date.
What you trying to say?
I'm trying to say nothing. I knew.
Now we get bitches.
If I lose weight, I'm gonna have more options.
You so stupid.
Now it's like a crime for women to say, "Hey, I wear this for male attention and to get selected." It's like it's wrong for women to say that. Like. If you knew no one would see you ever,
look at my TikTok.
Right. And I agree with that sentiment because I know me. Like originally, I started losing weight because I said, "Well, I'm gonna be this Instagram and TikTok personality. I'm attracting men, but I'm gonna draw in more if I look a particular way, and." Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but it is true. I know if I want to keep my brand going, I'm going to have to lose weight. I'm going to have to keep my body a certain way. But then I thought of it like this. This is a lifestyle change I should just make because it's healthy for me. And the benefit is I'm going to gain more subscribers. I'm going to gain more followers, So if we look at it from that aspect too, we can be honest with ourselves, but we can take that honesty and turn it into a positive. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. And I think women see the negative side in that. So, yeah.
And if women said that, I don't think men would have too much of a problem with it.
Yeah.
If women were saying that, like, look, I do this because I feel like it makes me healthier, or I think it'll make me healthier, or whatever, like whatever you want to say you think it does, but to say that you're not doing it for men is at this point a bold-faced lie.
We are doing it for the other sex.
Exactly. And the problem that I have with women nowadays, and I think it goes around the board because we're all in the same era, but and I don't even want to just put it on women though, really. a lot of people will get in a relationship and they don't have the same energy that they had when they started that relationship. Whatever you did to get me, you got to keep doing that to keep me.
That is true.
Because once you stop doing that, I'm gonna start looking for somebody that did what you were doing that got me.
But then you dead wrong when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all relationships are transactional.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be there. Like all that love shit sound good, but come on, dog. I can love a puppy.
For real.
Like,
That's
love, like, and we covered that too. Love is at the very bottom of why I'm still married.
Yeah, it's loyalty, it's obligation, it's respect,
right,
trust,
right,
oath,
right.
Right.
You know,
love is at the bottom of that list for
the
me.
children. It's that love shit. That ain't enough. That ain't
children
enough.
is under love.
Damn.
You got to understand, you in order for you to love your kids, you guys got to be okay. You guys got to be okay, because I can wake up every day. If I don't fucking like you, it's going to affect the kids, and it ain't good to stay. So you gotta switch it up. Like, ladies, if you gotta go change the wig color and coming in with your maid outfit on, he just getting off of work and he expecting you to be downstairs looking a little bit of a mess. Trick that nigga. Trick him, okay? Have your ass upstairs in that bed with that cleaning outfit on, with that ginger wig on, ready for his ass. If he sleep and he had to be at work an hour before he go to work, wake him up to some shake and bake. And that's how you keep him.
Stop letting that nigga leave the house with his balls full.
Man.
Period. But men have to do the same thing. But with women, it's not sexual. Men is more so sexual. Women, nah, you just come in. Like, my husband walks in the house with some flowers, my heart's gonna melt. I'm like, oh, look at this dude. He thought about me.
Sir.
It's the thought. So women are different. But I mean, certain days, we might want y'all to be like, girl, wake that ass up.
Yeah. Throw him against the wall every once in a while.
Yeah, my husband likes that. He likes to get thrown against the wall. Let me quit.
Oh no, we like to be dominated sometimes.
Yeah.
We like a woman that take control.
And women, sometimes we have to do that. And I think some women get into relationships and they're timid. Like, once you're in a relationship and you married that person, bitch, it's time to get wild. It's time to get wild. It's time to get wild.
That's exactly when it's supposed to come out. Once you move in together, you're supposed to start going crazy, shorty.
Right.
What you like?
I don't know. It's. I hate to say it, but whenever I did that, it's like I got the best behavior out of women when I didn't live with them. Like they was always obedient.
That's because they were hoping if they acted right that you would live with them.
You would think that it works a certain way, but it just doesn't. It's like,
it goes back to my point. Whatever you did to get me, that's what you got to do to keep me.
It's maintenance.
Yeah.
It's maintenance.
And you get in a relationship and you get comfortable and don't nobody do maintenance no more.
Fucking farting and shit.
Like, motherfuckers don't be in 50-year marriages and don't do maintenance. Whatever he or she was doing when they got married in 1972, that's what they doing today.
You have to, because if don't, I'm going to the college and tricking.
Nah, for sure.
I'm definitely biology books. If you
definitely
start getting a starfish,
in your 60s?
Yes.
Like, come on, shorty, you in your 40s. I know you. You know what I'm saying?
What's your trick bag? Biology books.
You muted, bro.
That's what your trick bag look like.
Wow.
Bro, they need something. So.
Wow.
So I got
shit. Some little gas card or.
But you know what though? I'm not gonna lie though. Some of the best relationships are when you don't live together. My cousin and her husband don't live together.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
It keeps it simple.
I mean, they stay the night together
fresh
often, and they are definitely faithful to each other. But they don't live together, and they've been together over 20 years. So it all depends on the couple. I have to tend to my son. I'll be right back, guys.
I'm moving on.
Go ahead.
I'm moving on.
But I think that's a great idea.
Nah, I'm moving on.
Yeah, okay.
You know you ain't. You're going to cry as soon as Soon as you leave, I miss everybody.
Yeah, you gonna be laying on that air mattress crying.
Man,
Nah, I definitely miss everybody.
Yeah, the first week you gonna be playing the game in peace, but then you gonna be like, man,
where my wife at?
just
see, come back.
Y'all ain't shit, man. Y'all ain't got no faith in me
At all. We really don't. I don't. Let that be known. I do not. I don't have any faith in you at all. You'll be back the first night, Brandon. You ain't gonna last a week.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Nah, you're
I
not.
don't believe y'all.
What?
I don't believe y'all.
Hey, it's all right. Hopefully, you never have to find out.
All right, because it's definitely gonna be bad. Matter of fact, sacrifice your marriage for the pod, Brandon.
No, I'm not doing that at all.
Content.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know how it be when y'all
that content would be crazy.
Motherfucking Hurt Mary when she get hurt, her music be fire.
Hurt songstresses music be fire.
Yeah, so her Brandon might be fire.
Remember the Joe Pods?
He gonna get
right after him and Sin broke up.
Yeah, we gonna get all
7 days. Like,
nah, them shits.
2 weeks though.
Nah, them shits was fire though. Them first couple pods after him and Sin broke up was fire.
Yeah.
Same thing with the pods after he broke up with Rory and Mo. Them first couple pods was fire.
I don't know. I haven't went back to it really.
Really?
Yeah,
I still listen every week.
Yeah, we know you listen to your daddy. Your pod daddy. The original pod.
To be fair, I don't listen to Rory and Mal really like that either.
Oh, so
it's not the same.
It ain't the same, but it's a different.
She's back.
It's a different aesthetic because you get the best of what you liked about the Joe Budden podcast when Joe was talking. You get that in its entirety, and then the young boy shit that Rory and Mal used to talk about. That's kind of what they focus on. Like, they don't get as deep as Joe get or used to get. They kind of stick to they niche.
Brandon want to be Joe Budden so bad.
Why? So I have a real question for y'all, right?
What's that?
Even though it's a joke and I'm with the jokes,
right?
Is it really bad to have somebody to look up to in a space that you're trying to penetrate?
No, you should. No, it's bad to emulate them.
But emulation is the best form of flattery.
Oh, really? Is it?
Imitation, emulation.
Imitation.
Because I'm not. I don't want to imitate him, but I feel like emulation is kind of like
that's
the
what I
difference
mean.
between.
Imitation. You imitate Joe.
I don't think I imitate Joe. Emulate probably yes, but I don't think I imitate him.
No, you don't try to beat him, but what he tried to accomplish and the steps he took on the way up to become arguably one of the most successful podcasters.
Yeah.
I mean,
outside of the fucking serial killer podcast, like
Rogan,
Drink Champs, $1 million worth of game.
$1 million worth of game.
React.
No jumper.
That was Joe.
All the smoke. That's basketball.
Oh, Matt Barnes.
Yeah, Matt Barnes and what's his face?
Is that Steven Jackson?
Jackson.
Matt Barnes has a podcast too.
Yeah, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
I used to have a biggest crush on that man.
They do all the smoke. It's called All the Smoke.
I'm gonna check that out.
Theirs is dope too.
Oh, she about to be a creep.
No, I'm no longer into the light brights.
She got over her light skin.
Yeah, I'm over my light skinned face. I'm over it. Yeah.
More light skinned.
No more light skinned boys for her.
Yeah. They
got anything else? Y'all got it? Or no, you had a question for Bobby. Yeah.
I did have a question for Bobby. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm easily forgettable.
We're the Tangent Kings.
No, you're not. My son threw me off. Like,
I had a quick question for you. Is your husband a blurred? Is your husband a blurred as well? Does he support your anime fetish?
My husband is, yes, he's the biggest.
Wrong word.
Listen, my husband, if you meet my husband, a lot of people used to throw shade because they be like, he can't handle that. Like, they be hitting him like he can't handle it. Like, you see my husband and you wouldn't think that we would be together. Like, people always look at him like, he really is square, huh? I was like, yeah, I love every inch of him. You know, every time I would hear guys say stuff like that, when we would be out, I just gripped onto him harder, stronger, just, like, yeah, you talking all that shit, but he mine. I'm with him. Don't
get out y'all business.
Right. But yeah, my babe is, that's my boo thing. He is,
I like that look.
He's a big
Yeah.
You can't pay for that.
Yeah, the way she just said, woof.
You can't pay for that, bro.
Right.
Like you can't manufacture that.
Right.
Like that is a genuine. I love this nigga stinking draws look. Like,
That's what
I actually do. He was just like, I don't know. Like this guy, we hated each other when we first met. We did.
That's how the best relationships start.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna throw y'all for a loop. Okay. Now I was engaged to his best friend first.
Oh,
goddamn!
I like it. I like it.
Yes, but it was the best friend ended up messing with one of my cousins, and I was like, I'm cool, I'm through, I'm done. It was some dirt. I ain't gonna get into it. It was some really bad dirt.
So are him and the guy still best friends?
They're not best friends no more, but like we're still we're still friends.
Shocker.
Okay.
Like he still texts, check up on me and stuff like that. It's just
he checks up on you or he checks up on y'all.
He checks up on us. He'll text me and be like, "Hey, how Lynn doing? How the kids doing?
How y'all doing?"
Yeah, like when a person is wrong, they know they're wrong. When a person then fumbled, they know. And it's just like it was no bad blood between us.
Oh, okay.
No bad blood. No bad blood.
Sorry, I had to do it.
But he said, "What? You sound for the streets?
You belong for the streets."
No. No. I'm not going to give the information out online. But
no, we're not doing.
It was It was a situation. People who know me know the story, and that's why they supported the relationship. Yeah, that's why they supported the relationship. No, listen, we hated each other. We wasn't messing around or nothing like while I was in a relationship or nothing like that. No, it came after. Like,
so while you was with the homie, y'all hated each other.
Yeah.
And after that ended, y'all kind of
because I went through some real life. I went through like some real life stuff. Some real life stuff.
Right.
And we fell into like love, we fell in love. And plus, I was in this relationship with no love. I wasn't even in love with the guy. I was being pressured by family to be in that relationship.
Damn.
So it was like, I didn't want to be there. You know how you make decisions for your family. And like, oh, this person's going to get you out of here and this and this. And I'm like, I don't want to be here though,
Yeah, I definitely had a relationship that ended. Her mom and stepdad came to me, and you cool? Yeah.
He's still over there shocked. He like, the fuck.
Her mom and stepdad came to me one day. I had pulled up to the house, and they came outside. They like, "Hey, Brandon, let's talk to you for a minute." I'm like, "Oh, okay, what's up?" Like, because we was cool.
Get out.
And they was like, "Yeah, we think you're holding our daughter back."
Damn.
She was supposed to be going to.
She was going places before she met you.
Real shit, bum. Real shit. That's damn near what they told me.
Damn, is we like twins? Are we twins? I feel like you like my twin brother, because that was like the whole situation with the ex-fiance.
Like, it was crazy. And I mean, I was young. Like, I was young. She was young. So I mean, now that I'm older, I understood what they were saying. Because at that point in time in my life, I wasn't this nigga. Like, I'm not who I am. I was, obviously, you're supposed to grow, but I couldn't even see myself being in a position that I'm in now back then. So I understood what they were saying as parents. But I wasn't trying to hear that shit. Like,
You a mutt.
It was crazy. It was crazy when they told me that shit, because they told me that shit when I was on my way to come see her. Like, I had just got to the crib. And I ended up getting back on the bus and taking my ass home.
Bust up.
And then I broke up with her that night or something. Or like the next day or some shit.
Wow. My story is similar to that. Like with the guy, the ex-fiance, it was the disrespect, like, just was crazy. Like, they brought his ex-girlfriend to the party, like had him doing stuff for her. And then, like, I'm sitting there and, like, basically tell me they didn't like my family. His whole family disrespected me the whole time. It was like at his mom's party, disrespected me the whole time. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying not to break down. I'm just like, why are they treating me like this? And it was like, oh, your family, my family feels like your family is beneath us. And I was like, what? And they don't want you with me. And I'm just like, are you serious? And he would allow the disrespect. He would allow the disrespect. And then when I got frustrated about the disrespect, he got violent. He wanted to, instead of being frustrated with them, he took it out on me. And it was just like, in that moment, that's when I noticed that my husband was always there to remove me from a dangerous situation. And at that time, we couldn't stand each other. I didn't even know we had any type of connection because I didn't care for him. He didn't care for me. He was like, let me take you home because this not right. It's not right. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to just go home.
It's always that nigga on the side that you don't pay no attention to that got your best interest at heart.
Right. Or like he told me, he's like, I'm telling you right now, do not move in with him. I was like, what you mean? He said, I can't say, just don't move in. And
he was trying to warn you, like, we making the joke, the dirty Mac and shit. Mm-hmm. And I know men actually do dirty Mac, but he was trying to warn you without ratting out his boy.
Right.
Because that's my boy. I don't want to tell you that this nigga ain't shit because he might he might care for you, he might not, but I see that you care for him. I'm looking out for your best interest because this nigga really ain't shit. But I ain't really got the heart to tell you because my loyalties lie with him, not with you.
Right. I think I was always mad at him for that too. Like, why you tell me this?
Like my loyalties, they land with my boy.
Right.
You my boy's girl. So I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if he was feeling you at that point and was just playing it off, my loyalties lie with my homie. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I know what type of time this dude on. So I'm gonna try to warn you. I'm gonna try to show you the red flags because I don't want you to get mixed up in this because you seem like a decent person. But if you're gonna keep following through with this shit, then
right. And what's so crazy is the cousin warned me too. It was the cousin.
Oh, so you had all the red flags. You just ignored them.
I just ignored it because he had told me they were haters. And I was like, okay. And then I got in there and then, like, I think I'm just going to say, because a lot of people know my story. He beat my ass for me ordering a pizza wrong. When I tell you he beat my ass, I thought I was going to die. Like, I ordered a pizza wrong. I ordered sausage on the pizza. And he down there killed me over pizza.
God damn.
Over pizza. And he's reformed now, and he's got help. And you know, I've forgiven him for that because I know a part of that was the demons that he was facing, you know. But yeah, that's how we it was like, I gotta go. Once I started lying to my family about bruises, about hiding things, and I stopped coming around, and I just knew. Like, I was like, it's time to go. But I didn't have nowhere to go because we had lived together. And then at this point, my husband, before we even were like, really, really was a thing. Like, he's like, I'm going to get you out of here. He went and got me a house. Like, I ain't playing. This man went in, searched for me a house, put in his name, paid deposit, paid 2 months rent, and was like, you got a place. You ain't got to be here. I moved the fuck out.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's lit.
Right.
And I've been ever since.
That's how it worked. That's how it worked. Before we wrap up, you had a question for Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm sorry, we didn't.
I'm easily forgettable. I know this. I know this.
No, you're not. You're definitely not. None of you guys are. So you kind of been quiet the whole time. And I wanted to know, what was your stance on a traditional woman, and what qualities did you find in a woman in order for you to want to proceed in a relationship with her?
Okay. First of all, there really can't be any like drama or anything like that. I don't deal with like ratchet like drama and shit like that. Arguing, I understand is going to come with like any relationship or whatever. But like when you get into like ratchet shit, that disturbs my peace. I can't have that. You can't be bringing that shit to my door. We can't be you can't be
ghetto.
all types of situations and shit, huh?
So no ghetto.
Yeah, no, definitely no ratchet, no ghetto shit. I won't tolerate that. Because that ain't how I operate. I mean, I joke on here a lot, but in real life, that ain't how I operate. I'm sorry. What was the other part of your question?
What qualities would draw you into a woman? Like
what qualities would draw me in?
Yeah.
Okay. I need some type of intelligence, or at the very least, for lack of a better term, a thirst for knowledge. I would need somebody to be I don't want nobody that's willingly ignorant and happy with that shit.
Okay.
So what else? I need somebody who can be kind, but at the same time not a pushover. You know when to bring the savage out. Like kind but not gullible. I need somebody that knows that both of our opinions matter. I mean, I'm not like real controlling, like this is what's gonna happen, this is what you're gonna do, and this, that, and the third. But I do need you to know, like, you know what I mean, when I say something that matters, can't be giving me like everything can't be like a argument, like a fight for power. If that makes sense.
I like that. I'm taking notes. I'm sorry.
Everything can't be a power struggle. That's another thing I won't tolerate. Like I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not like real controlling, like iron fist type controlling or no shit like that. But I'm not about to be in a power struggle with nobody. It's a wrap. I mean, I'm not doing it. Okay. What else? I need somebody, and I realize that everybody has their flaws and all that, and I accept that. But I can't have somebody that's like too insecure, because I'm not gonna. I've been called a flirt a lot because I give compliments, but me, I'm the type of person I can just get compliments and that just be it, because you know what I mean, I don't mind bigging somebody up. And if you're insecure, if you're too insecure, you're gonna be like, no, you're flirting with this person and da 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 da. Well, all I said was, hey, I like those shoes, and walked off. So you gotta be secure in yourself to know, like, you know what I mean, if I say that I'm with you and I ain't going nowhere.
Right. I like that. I'm asking you guys these questions, and I wanted to get you guys' perspective because I am planning on doing like an online speed dating episode. So I am going to put a link out, and hopefully I gain enough people who are interested. So get people kind of connecting a little bit. And what other guys get information from you guys? I've talked to you guys. You guys seem well versed. You guys are intelligent, wise. You guys are funny, outgoing. I love it. And I can't see. I don't understand why, if any of you are single other than Everett, why you guys would be single. I know you're married to my father. You're not single?
I'm not single.
Okay. See. And Everett is just on a journey. I love it.
Everett just being a hoe. Call it what it is. Everett is a hoe.
Hey, listen, but it's still his journey.
Reverend do wrong.
Everybody has a journey.
That's my guy. Everett is a hoe, but he also who I aspire to be like.
His journey is led by his dad.
Man, Brandon and I live vicariously through Everett.
And he don't tell us shit on top of that. So
Right,
it's like,
right. And that just adds to the mystique.
So
he
he don't
live
kiss and
vicariously through
tell.
somebody because he don't tell us shit.
Well, I love that. That's right, Ever. Be a gentleman. Don't kiss and tell. Some
Be a
things are better.
gentleman.
You're supposed to tell your boys though.
No, you're not.
We ain't his boy. We ain't his boy.
It don't really be much to tell.
You're a motherfucking.
Yeah.
You're a motherfucking.
Who was at your crib a couple weeks ago while you kept turning your camera off?
Ooh.
It was definitely a girl
Jehovah's
there.
Witness,
Oh, okay.
Damn.
What's her name?
Lady Abigail.
Oh, okay.
This ain't Conway, motherfucker. Mr. Abigail, I know where you got that from. You lying, bitch.
Everett, I like the
the title
no
of a
kiss and tell
song.
policy. I love it.
Oh, Jesus.
Just sing and just enjoying life. That's what I have to say.
I feel that.
Oh,
He
Jesus.
fucking all these hoes. Translation.
I-
He knocking all these hoes down.
reading the Bible,
Cap.
Getting tight t-shirts, tighter t-shirts.
drinking water.
Cap.
Um,
He definitely drinking
Drink-
water.
drinking
I'll
squirt
give him
water.
water. I'll give him water.
Drinking squirt
Squirt
water.
water.
salmon.
Eating butt.
Right.
I feel
Eating
it,
butt.
y'all. I feel it.
So, in closing, right?
I'm not eating the booty smoothie. That's brand.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Nah, go
Brand.
check out that first episode of that Patreon episode.
That's episode 2.
Is it episode 2?
Episode 2 of the Patreon. That's where someone
Everett got in his bag.
all in her butt.
That's what Everett got in his bag.
Yeah, Everett got in his bag for real.
So yeah, in closing, Allura,
Brandon put his tongue all in
tell
her
everybody
butt.
where they can find you. Anything that you got coming up soon. And any last words?
Okay. Well, guys, you guys can find me over on YouTube at the Lauren Hour Network with Alura Dannin. I film every Thursday and some Tuesdays. You can also catch me on Facebook, my fan page, the Lauren Hour Podcast with Alura Dannin. And I have an upcoming episode next week. I have a troll on Facebook who keeps bothering me, and he said he didn't like my content. So I invited him on the show. So he hopefully will follow through. So we're going to see how that goes.
That's going to be live.
Yes.
I like that.
Let's hope he follow through. They be getting on the, that them online fingers be bold, but sometimes people ain't that bold to just, face their opponent,
Right.
But anyways, yeah.
Talking shit.
Right. It's like, you know me. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I have coming up. We will be taking a short break because I do have some finals coming up.
Hey.
And I have a lot of things in the work right now. So
congratulations in advance for passing your finals.
For sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna pass. I'm just a little bit disappointed. I got all A's right now. I got one class.
You already know you got this.
Oh no, you good.
Yeah, but they like low A's. They like 94, 90.
Low A. I don't give a
A
fuck.
is an
A is an A.
It's a 91.
Only time I don't
Right, it's an A minus.
The only
A
time,
is an A.
The only time I don't want an A is on the chest.
I don't know. But if I can leave you guys with any positive words, it would be don't give up on yourself. Stay positive. This journey that we're all taking in life, we all choose different paths. We all have a different journey. Just remember that your race isn't the same as your neighbor's. It's not the same as your neighbors. So it didn't start at the same time. So it may not end at the same time. You're not going to get to the same destination at the same time. So pace yourself. Enjoy this ride. Enjoy this thing called life. Embrace the mistakes. Just learn from them and keep uplifting yourself. Keep pushing positivity into yourself. If anyone is going to love you, it's going to be you. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for having me here. I hope to have you guys on my podcast.
We coming
soon.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Yeah, we're
like Step Brothers.
You want to do karate in the garage?
Yup.
You guys have been a whole vibe, yo. I really appreciate the hospitality.
Yeah, we've been going 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yes. And let me tell you, that's hard for me. So I definitely was feeling this today, y'all.
That's kind of normal
Yeah, for
shit
sure.
for us.
Yeah, it is. We definitely
we ain't
got
3 hours in a minute,
Yeah.
yo.
We definitely got some 3-hour episodes out there.
Didn't we say in the fucking group chat we supposed to be trying to go for
145, maybe 2.
But y'all got my talking tip behind
When
on
the
here.
conversation be good, bro, you just keep going.
Yeah, that's all good.
So yeah, we're gonna get out of here how we traditionally do. If you would like to add something at the end, of course you can always do that. So Bobby, who first?
Go ahead, bro. Anime and video games are life. As y'all can see, I got my Switch on playing the whole time. Shout out to my kings and queens out there. Keep striving to be excellent because y'all already are. Shout out to the fans, the supporters, the listeners, anybody who gave a like, share, a subscription, anybody who gave word of mouth, all that. Shout out to our fans, anybody who gave a comment, all that. Because, there is no us without y'all. There's no comfort in your growth zone. There's no growth in your comfort zone. So if it doesn't scare you, you're too comfortable. Get out your comfort zone and grow. Lastly, you can make millions or you can make excuses. You cannot do both.
Facts.
Yo. I say it every week. Self-improvement is the key. I'm going to say it again. Self-improvement is the key.
Facts.
Do not forget that. Always aiming to be a better version of yourself. I don't care if it's 1% every day, but you must do it. Secondly, do not light yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Third, when it comes to attention, be a very stingy dealer with very high prices. And lastly, those that say you can't or you won't are just afraid of the fact that you will and you can.
And white front to back.
Definitely white front to back.
Yeah. You might want white front to back.
And shout out to Scout Solutions Inc.
Scout Solutions Inc. We help get your confidence back. Hey.
Where you want to take them to, Everett? take them from where? What?
Good morning, Queen. I see your text when I get to it.
Good morning, Queen. The left on red.
Yeah, you in the back of the line. I get it.
Take it from, did you see my text? Toot that ass up. All right, B.
For me, no one wants what no one wants. When the facts change, I reserve the right to change my mind. There is a thin line between protecting your peace and avoiding accountability. I'm humbled enough to know that I'm replaceable, but I'm cocky enough to know that it's a fucking downgrade. We take what we're given. They fight for what they want. At what point do we change our tactics? And as always, every conversation that's normal is not a normal conversation. So yeah, we out of here. Thank you again, Allura, for coming.
Thank you so much.
We had a ball. You brought 3 hours out of us, which is something we ain't done in a while.
Yeah.
So you are always welcome back at the Normal Convos pod whenever you want to stop through. Come, you got, yeah, for sure. Y'all make sure y'all go follow this lady. She is great. She is awesome. She is now officially a part of the conversation. And she always has a home here at the Normal Convos pod.
For sure.
Whenever you want to come through, we'll send the StreamYard link.
For sure.
Thank you. Same. Y'all got an open invitation over on my side of town too.
Yeah, I definitely got to figure out a Tuesday or Thursday that I got some time.
Yeah.
I'll be on the road, but what time you record on Tuesday?
I mean, y'all tell me a day. I'll make the accommodations for you guys.
Oh shit, we open on weekends.
Yeah,
that's when all three of us could usually get together.
Yeah,
on weekends.
Weekends are the easiest days.
Sundays for real, but Should we
Okay,
record
Sundays.
on Sunday?
Yeah, okay. Let me hit up my cast and I'll let them know. We can do a Sunday.
Oh yeah, I'm with it.
All right. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right. So for our viewership, we appreciate y'all for checking in another week. Thank y'all for rocking with us for 3 hours. Thank y'all, anybody that dropped a comment. Y'all have a good week. Do something productive with your week. It does not have to come of monetary gain. Just do something to make your life a little bit easier this week. For our listenership, thank you for listening to us. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hump something if you motherfucking can. Don't forget to check me out on AMP Radio Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. Is it at 3 o'clock? Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. Fridays at 5 o'clock. This Friday's episode will be album cuts. Album cuts. So I'm gonna go all the way back to my favorite albums and just start picking, you know what I'm saying, songs that wasn't singles.
Okay.
So we're doing album cuts this Friday. This Wednesday, I probably won't be doing a whole lot of talking. It'll be my normal shit, just playing music. But yeah, tap in, hit my link tree, of course. Again, thank you, Allura. So for Laura, for Everett, for Bobby, for myself, for the Normal Convos pod, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we getting the fuck out of here. We holla.
Oh,
Almighty.
yeah.